Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to welcome you to Dungeon Nytes. This is episode 10. Last week, our party was basically escorted from a newly cleared Cragmaw Castle by Brugor and his warband of orcs back to their camp, where they attempted to have a nice, low-key, after-battle kind of sesh where they could rest and recuperate, get some food. And while some of those things did happen, the Black Spider made his presence known and demanded that they provide the dwarf and the map by sunrise. Little did the group know that the Black Spider, well, he's a bastard, and he sent 10 giant spiders upon the camp to kidnap one Gundren and the map. After successfully defeating all of those monsters, the party decided to take their leave and make their way back to Phandalin. And that's where we are left off here. You've been traveling down the road for about half a day. It's probably mid-afternoon at this point. And as you're traveling down a familiar path on your way back to Phandalin, which you have now frequented, is a good way of putting it. What's the conversation like as we start to get within familiar reach of the city?
Yeah, I'm not sure I ever believed we'd actually make it to the Waveku Cavern. After Gundren got kidnapped so many days ago, now it looks like we're actually gonna do it.
I'm surprised you made it this far.
Why wouldn't I have made it this far?
Did you not have any faith in us?
I had faith in us.
I heard you all as capable
Puny
people.
bard.
I figured you'd be fine. I did not expect to be kidnapped, taken to cave and castle. I just can't wait to get to Phandalin and see my brothers. And then get to this cave. Clear out this bastard spider. And see what's next.
Sheen's gonna take his bagpipes out of his bag and just start playing. He's a little rusty. I rolled a 2 on my performance check.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. As you start to play, the seam that was sewed up kind of starts to stretch a little bit, and you can almost feel like you're losing the air that you're constantly trying to blow into the bagpipe, and it seems like one of the little it's just a little loose. It's just nothing's quite sticking for you. So it looks like sounds more like a piper's being poked in the side while trying to play than anything else. Screaming goat, if you will.
So he's gonna look at it for a second and kind of inspect it and make sure that everything's okay and like make some adjustments, and then he's gonna start trying to play again. That's a 14. It's a little better.
As you recollect the bag and kind of reposition things on your steed, you start to play a little bit more of a melodic tune. Yeah, there. A Sheen, that's not half bad. Haven't heard you play the bagpipes before. Not that I've known you for very long, but bagpipe sounds good. Sounds better. I like the tune.
They were broken. They recently got fixed.
Sounds nice. Very nice.
Pamir, you want to chime in with your loot?
Sure.
Anybody else want to join in on the traveling song?
When in Rome,
Oh my
pull
gosh,
out my
just
drums.
Amir gets a
And
24
17
on his
performance.
performance check.
As you
course he
would,
does.
you bard.
17 on my performance check.
Slave
Somehow,
cast minor
everybody sounds way better than they used to.
You cast minor
Because-
illusion? Sorry,
I
hold
guess
on.
one,
That's
minor
his
illusion.
instrument.
and it just replicates a flute.
Hysteria, do you have your instrument?
She has a lyre? A lyre? Lyre? would you say
Lyre.
that?
Mhm.
Lyre? She rolled a 15.
Hey!
So we turned a silent walk down a familiar road into a bit of a musical performance where the craziness of the past weeks seemed to kind of fade away as you garner some hope that after having defeated a dragon, having defeated a goblin king, and even survived multiple encounters with war bands of orcs, that there might just be hope for you to take out the Black Spider and clear this Wave Echo Cave in the name of everything that is good and just. As evening starts to creep and overtake the day, you make your way to Phandalin. The town seems to be hustling and bustling more than ever. You've noticed that there's been a slight influx, it seems, of people. The mining operations are going a bit more smooth. The amount of goods changing hands seems to be greater. As you make your way into town, you notice that there seems to be a line outside of the inn, way down the street.
Seems we've got a little more popular here with the red brands gone.
Yeah.
Droop, pull your hood up.
Okay, okay.
Droop pulls his hood up over his ears and kind of tucks his face in a good bit. Red brands, you say? What, Tell me more about them. The scoundrels, are they gone?
Oh yeah, we killed them all.
You did pardon, you did what now?
Well, not all of them. We actually let one live. Nice kid. Might actually be here.
I'm hoping he is.
Pardon? You...
It-
I'm sorry,
it's
I'm
been
still
a-
trying to process what you guys are saying. So you telling me that you got rid of the red brands?
They met the sharp end of my axe.
This is probably a good time
And-
to fill you in.
And my bow.
And my insults.
Gunnar's just gonna look at you. Strong those insults must be.
Nah, he's killed a few men with him. He's got some harsh words. He's very rude.
You know, they say the pen is mightier than the sword.
But you don't write at all. you have this pen and paper, or this, and you haven't.
It's a metaphor for words.
Fair enough.
But words is mightier than the sword doesn't have the same ringing to it as, you know, the pen.
Okay, fair enough. But Gundren, this is a perfect time to fill you in. Leif just smiles and briefly kind of goes over all of the events since he kind of went missing.
Do you want to give us a
The
synopsis for
Yeah,
him?
us saving Sildar, Yarno turning out to be leading the Red Brands, killing a Nothic, little encounter with the Red Brands outside in the wilderness. going through Thunder Tree and then finding him.
Going
Did
back
it-
to Neverwinter.
Didn't mention the Banshee or Neverwinter.
You fought off a dragon?
In Thunder Tree.
Yeah, she's mad at me.
We tried.
No,
She
you,
ran away.
you fought off a dragon.
It was a baby dragon.
But a dragon nonetheless.
It
And she's
wasn't
mad at me. Very mad at me, actually. Most likely, actually, she threatened to kill me. So, if we ever
What
see
the-
her again,
She did more than threaten. She tried to kill all of us.
She knocked me unconscious.
that is true.
What's been going on since I've been taken?
Well, I just told you.
I mean,
That's
listen, understand what you just told me. I'm just trying to say, a lot's happened, it seems, since I've been taken in such a short time.
well.
It's
Yeah, well, I mean,
definitely.
we've been busy.
But Sildar will be happy to see you.
He's here.
Oh, Sildar.
Or he should be. Well, he might not have made it back from.
Yeah, he did go to Neverwinter to look after Yarno.
Never know. Yeah, he might not be back yet.
Oh, I'm just happy he made it out alive.
He almost died.
We saved him.
That is
Glad you
correct.
did. Seems I'm very much indebted to y'all.
Ashin's going to recount to him exactly how he got saved and Leaf's proficient use of throwing his voice.
Wait a minute.
Pretending to be a god.
You, you, you pretended to be their god?
Yeah, goblins are dumb. No offense, Droop.
None taken.
It
Droop's
honestly
actually
worked-
smart.
Well,
It's going to once again kind of continue to just strike Gundren that there's a goblin that has been traveling with the party. And he just doesn't say anything, but it's something where he just kind of like looks and just like kind of tries to correct himself because he understands that this is somebody that's important to you, but is just very uncomfortable given all that he's been through with seeing a goblin this close to him.
yeah, it's strange for a lot of us, but he's potty trained.
And he won't poop in your shoes unless you make him mad.
As long as you don't poop on him.
Please
That's
don't
right.
poop on Droop. Droop, be nice. Just don't poop on Droop. It's very, very bad.
Nobody's gonna poop on you.
Thank you. He's going to tuck himself further back into himself. Gundren is going to kind of all of a sudden kind of switch his features a little bit, and he's going to continue to process everything that's been going on and just try and continue to think of things that he might have missed. You have the map, you have his life, Sildar is okay. And then it kind of dawns on him as you're halfway down the street. Oh, did you meet my brothers yet?
I don't believe we have.
You haven't met them? Have
Are
you
they
heard
also
that?
dwarves? Look, brothers can mean a lot of things. I'm just asking.
I have two brothers, Thardan and Nundro. Both of them were supposed to be here, but they were also going to go into the cave a bit in advance to try and, prep things for us to move in and start excavating and mining and trying to get the magic out of the cave.
We haven't met them yet.
I'll have to
So
inquire
either
about
they
them.
left before we got here, or they
Or-
are similarly detained.
With all that's been
The
going on,
only-
I hope nothing bad's happened to him.
We might want to get to the cave sooner than later.
Well, if any, Sildar should know what happened. Well, maybe not, I guess, because he got stopped before they got there. But he might have been asking around about them too, so he may have more information for us.
As you finish the conversation, you have now kind of made your way towards the center of town and are stopped outside of the Stonehill Inn.
What? What stopped us?
You have stopped the horses.
Oh,
outside
we
the
stopped.
Stonehill.
We have arrived.
You have arrived at the Stonehill Inn. Night has now fallen as you
I thought you
conclude
said
that conversation.
you were stopped. I thought you
Yeah.
said you were stopped, and so I was like, "Who dares
like-
stand in the progress of our party?"
As you dismount your horses, you see this line of people outside of the inn. There seem to be a few men, looks like a few miners, and they're all just kind of standing outside in a line, waiting to get into the inn. You can hear music being played from inside the inn, and knowing the inside well, and that it has a kind of nice open kind of layout with tables and a nice
Do we
fire
recognize the music?
pit. You do not recognize the music. It is not Jerry. Jerry has not made his way to Phandalin.
Trust me, if Jerry was playing here, there wouldn't be a line out the door.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I honestly kind of liked his song about stars.
Oh god. Ashin's just
Seem a
gonna
little juvenile
walk
to
up
you?
towards the line, and like, is there somebody like at the door, like halting progress of people getting in, or is it really just that crowded inside the inn?
You'll have to ask.
Ashin's just gonna tap the person, like the person that's right by the door, like, "Hey, can we get in?"
Oh, hey, we're just waiting our turn for dinner. This place has got the best grub in town.
Oh,
If you're looking for
Well,
the
I
room, you
ha- I
should
have-
have the luck though, because
I already have a room. I need to get in, please.
no, pardon me then. And he kind of makes his way over, and a couple of people shuffle as you can get inside the door. When the party makes it in, you can see that the Stonehill Inn, which was previously, well populated with people, there was plenty of patrons there before. It is now packed. Every seat is filled in every table. There is a small band playing a lively tune in the corner, and you can see that Toblin and his wife are just running around with big smiles on their faces, trying to attend to everyone.
Ashin's gonna try to flag Toblin down real quick.
Toblin is behind the bar, and he kind of looks up as he's trying to make sure that he has eyes on everybody coming into the building, and he goes, yeah, and kind of motions for you to come to the bar.
I'm gonna walk up and pull my flask out and set it on the bar. I need a refill.
Aye, Mr. Rasheen, are you plumb out of the good stuff?
Plumb out of the good stuff, sir.
Oh, I'll have to fix that up right for you. Although, unfortunately, I'm making a new batch. As you can see, business has been booming since you all have dealt with the Redburn problem. People have been coming in left and right. We've had some people coming from Neverwinter to come down here. We've had some people coming up from Waterdeep. There's
Really?
people coming all over the place. They've heard that now that there's a place for us to prosper. I cannot thank you enough. And he kind of looks around at the whole party. Yes, all of you, come here. He goes, as you can see, we're full. Your rooms are still taken care of. Don't worry about that. No one is gotten in there yet. That said, I've got the back room available if you'd prefer to have a little more private room. Either that, I can tell these poor schmucks to get off my bar. Which do you
No,
prefer?
we'll let your patrons stay. We'll take the back room and have some privacy for now.
And Toblin kind of just goes to the edge of the bar and kind of pushes the door open where you can see the familiar kind of storeroom with a big table where you guys were kind of had a couple meetings back here, as has kind of become a tradition for you. A mini hub, if you will.
What do you have available in the meat department right now?
Oh, I
We're
was
still
hoping
trying
you'd
to recover from last time.
No, that was Neverwinter.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Do you have any venison?
Aye, we do have some venison. I put in a fresh stock. We've had some people go hunting for us, and got plenty of things. Anything you want, all you have to do is just pipe.
Bring me a deer.
How about this? How about you just poke your head in, because the kitchen is literally right off this room. Just poke your head into the kitchen. Just shout anything you want. They'll take care of you. Absolutely take care of you.
Goderic, you're well fed. Let's go.
I'm gonna poke my head in and just scream meat.
And as you do, you're gonna look in and see. Yep, meat coming right up.
Leif taps Tobin on the shoulder. Would you like an extra hand while you're so busy? And he casts Mage Hand and then just kind of waves to him.
You know, that's a neat trick. I'm pretty sure we got it all handled here, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. We might need help cleaning up for later, but you know, we're good for now.
I'm gonna
Tolan,
poke his hand.
who's handling your door access right now? Like, do you have somebody that's kind of controlling the flow of people?
Oh no, everybody's fine. They're waiting their turn to get the table. It's first come, first serve seating right now. As you can see, there's no seats available. They're having to wait their turn. This is, I can't tell you enough. In the past 3-4 days, even the amount of people that's come through and trying to stay at the inn, we don't have enough we don't have room for them. We're gonna have to try and figure out a way to expand, either up or out or something, because we don't have enough rooms for the people that are coming now. People are saying they love the town, they want to stay. People are trying to settle. You look towards the outskirts at Colleen's place. She has a whole bunch of people set up in tents outside in her fields. The place is growing. Our future looks brighter than ever, and it's all because of you.
Have you seen the mayor?
Oh, you talking about the townmaster, Harbin?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, he's around. Last I saw him, he's back at his hole, but yeah, he's around.
Do you think you could get a message to him while we're back here eating?
He looks around.
I think he's a little busy, and we can always go talk to Harbin after dinner.
We can
can
Yeah,
take
we'll just
care
go
of
talk to him
ourselves.
after we get done eating. We'll eat and then we'll just go talk to him.
And if you
Sure.
need another server or help clean up, just let us know. Or at least let me know.
If
I'll help.
anybody gets unruly, you let us know. Me and Goderic will come out and handle it.
He kind of looks
Pull out
around.
his hammer.
He kind of looks around. He puts his finger up. Just kind of looks around. Oh, what is that? And he kind of walks back into the room that he has you guys staying in, and moves over to a familiar barrel and lifts the top up and looks in there. Pip, lad, and he grabs him by the back of the shirt. Get your body out of the. Listen. Have Pip run it for you. He'll be fine. Does it all the time. Whatever you need, it's just across the way. Here, at your disposal. And Pip just stands there. Hi.
You hungry, Pip?
Oh, so starving. Dad never
Have a
lets
seat.
me
You
get
can eat
anything
with
from the
us.
kitchen. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why don't we get him to go get Sildar and
I'm getting to that. Hold on. Let him eat first.
well, maybe they want to join us for the meal.
Fine. So, go ahead and write up a note real quick, and then Ashin's gonna
Write up a note. Just tell the kid. Look, go tell Harbin and Sildar that the party,
Please.
that Bamir and his buddies and Gundren are here, and that Sildar and Harbin should come join us for dinner in the back room of the place.
Did you get that, Pip?
You know who Harbin is, yeah?
Yeah, aye.
All right. So here's 1 gold coin now. I'm gonna toss him a gold coin.
Gold coin.
I'll give you another one when you come back with Harbin and Sildar.
Right away, sir. And he just bolts out the door and
Just
makes
give
his
the
way.
kid a gold coin. He's not gonna know what to do with himself.
Good.
I was gonna give him 5.
Generous lads. As you sit down at the table, you see a kind of one of the kitchen staff comes out with a big plate of meat and plops it on the table. All right, here you guys go. Here's your meat. And he picks his head up and he looks white as a sheet.
Is it the
What?
kid from Neverwinter?
It's
The guy
Jerry.
Wait, it's Jerry.
Knew it.
What? What are you lot doing here?
Jerry.
You
Oh, it's Jerry.
sons of
Sorry,
bitches got me
Jimmy.
kicked out of
Hey,
the
Johnny.
Silver Star.
What's up, Paul?
Wait, you got kicked out of the Silver Star because I played for one night?
I mean, yeah, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I think it's just because you stink.
Look,
Don't smell too bad to me.
look, Joey, it's easy to blame it on other people, but really you just have to have some self-awareness sometimes and realize that if you're not good enough, then you should quit.
Quit while you're behind, is what Bamir is saying to you.
At this point, he is going to grab one of the cups that's on the table, and he's going to bring it up. He's going to stare at it for a second. He's going to start shaking.
Put it down, lad.
Look, at least here you can make money on tips.
Here, have a copper. He's gonna.
Just gonna
I see.
stare
Flips
at
him a
him.
copper coin.
I'm just gonna stare at him.
You just gave the kid a gold coin to run across the street.
Yeah,
Yep.
but we don't like Jerry.
I don't like
Joey.
Johnny.
You like
His
the
name is-
kid. Paul's a
Now, you listen here.
bard.
Do you want the copper or not?
No, you keep your copper. You prick. You best watch at what you say to those that prepare your food. I'm Jerry the
That's
Bard,
true.
I'm
and I
gonna
came
grab
down here.
him by the
Hold on.
shoulder.
Hold on.
I came
hold
down
on.
here to make a living after I got kicked out of the Silver Star. Have you no decency or empathy for a fellow bard, you son of a bitch, Bamir? Always thinking you're
Ashi-
better, kicking people out of their homes, losing me livelihood. Now you come in here where I've been working at the kitchen staff and also doing a few gigs here at nights, and the people seem to like me, and all you do is come in and be rude. How dare
Ashi's
you,
just gonna-
sirs?
That's-
Madam.
Ashi gets up and walks over to the door and pokes his head out. Is Toblin out there?
Toblin is out around at the tables, zooming.
Toblin, come here.
He's busy. He's busy. We can handle this.
He looks over his shoulder. He's like,
What?
Look.
Just 1 second. Come here.
Look,
he's like taking an order and he's like scribbling. He's like,
Johnny, look, there's no reason that we can't be friends, okay? I mean, sure, I played one night and got you kicked out of the place in Neverwinter. That might be on me, okay? But nobody's saying that you're doing a bad job here. It looks like you've got the thing well in hand. You've got our food. That's great. You're playing some gigs. That's great too. Hopefully, you know, you can learn from this experience and grow as a person. You know, we all had to go through that.
he's just gonna stare at you. He's gonna straighten himself up.
Can I buy you a drink, Jimmy?
It's Jerry, and no, I'm on the job. No self-respecting, hard-working individual like myself would dare drink on the job.
I'm always on the job. Ashin
not
drinks
this
the little
job.
last little drop that's in his flask.
He's gonna look at Bamir. Maybe you're right. I'm just trying to make my way in this world and be the best bard that I can be. People like me, and I guess that's all I can do right now. That said, I don't want to mess up this job, so whatever food you need tonight, I'll make sure to bring with you, and don't worry to be safe, even for you, elf.
Will you please bring my friend here, Asteria, a fresh salad and some fruits and nuts?
And he looks over. Absolutely, my dear. I will be right back, and I will get you what you need. And he's just going to kind of
too.
collect himself, pull his apron taut, and kind of just turn on his heel back towards the kitchen and go off.
Leif looks at Bamir. Can't bards do things besides music and still be bards?
Oh, sure.
Well, I mean, maybe he's good at art or dancing or something. You could try that.
Maybe he could pursue a life in comedy. I don't know. He seems kind of funny.
Look,
Jerry
I don't know
comes
why you
back.
guys are so mean to Jerry. I kind of like Jerry.
Jerry, come back.
Yeah.
I have here prepared for you a wonderful walnut salad with a very nice honey glaze and a tad bit of vinaigrette within here. This should be a wonderful masterpiece for your palate. And he puts one bowl in front of Asteria and then one bowl in front of Leif.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then he
Can I
goes
get
back in.
a flagon of mead?
Make it too. The good stuff.
I'm just here for your food. If you would like something from the bar, I'll have one of the other ones go to you. I have lots of orders I have to get to.
Sure.
At that point, Toblin pops his head back in. You need something?
A drink.
Right away. And the no more than a minute or so later, there just comes a pitcher of good mead that just gets plopped right down the middle of the table with some fresh glasses around it for you. And by glasses, I mean
Tankards.
flagons and tankards.
Ashin's just gonna pour a glass for everybody.
Leif decides to use shape water to frost the upper half of all of the glasses for everyone.
Yes, nice and cold.
At this
Ashin's
point,
gonna pass out the drinks to everybody.
Just gonna down mine.
No. I wasn't so sure about this cold ale thing, but it's not too bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, when you're me, it means most things end up turned cold, so you get used to it.
Asteria, I have a question.
Hmm.
So I know you don't eat meat,
Hmm.
but when you're in bear form, do you get like bear hungry?
I
That
have
is a
been
great
experiencing
question.
more hunger lately since I've been changing forms.
Is it unbearable?
Ugh.
Oh,
Just gonna
This
ignore
is
its
why I
question.
don't like bards.
way to be the bearer of bad puns.
I mean, if we need to replace our bar, there's one in the kitchen.
He's not a bard.
Yeah, but he's barely a bard.
There's the joke I was looking for.
at that point,
I just can't bear it anymore. I gotta get some fresh air.
you see the
There's
door
a funny.
open up from the main hall once again. And in comes Pip. I got Harbin's here. Sildar apparently he's still not back yet, but I got Harbin. He should be here soon. He's just old and kind of fat, so he walks kind of slow. And I gotta run fast.
All right. Well, get you some food, have a seat, and here's your gold coin.
And he kind of, he's like twiddling his little gold coins. He's like so excited. And he's going to sit up on the bench next to Droop. Hey there. I'm Pip. Hi. I'm Droop. And Pip, just with this childlike innocence, just kind of looks at Droop and smiles and just kind of acts like there's nothing wrong whatsoever. And Droop's just kind of going to look at him for a second. You're not scared of Droop? No. You're my size. Everybody else is bigger. You seem nice. And then he reaches over and kind of rips off a chicken leg that's on the table and starts to just devour it. Sure, good. Just try some. And as he does that, the door opens up again. Well, you're back. Welcome back. Seem to always be meeting you at nighttime.
Dinner time. Would you like to join us?
And he looks over and he starts evaluating the party. And Toblin was too busy to notice at that point. But Harbin's eyes grow wide. Gundren, Gundren, you made it. You made it back, Gundren. That's fantastic news. You saved him. You saved him from the goblins. This is fantastic. Could not have hoped for a better outcome. Oh, tell me all about it.
Well, sit down. Get yourself some food.
Harbin takes a seat on the opposite side of the table from Pip. Kind of shuffles himself in there and adjusts his kind of girthy midsection to fit the table and don't mind if I do. Reaches in for some meat and a tankard.
I was gonna say, would you like some meat there, Harbin?
No, always. Good meat.
So, it might be worth noting, just for you, for the sake of the city, that the orcs are moving out of this area.
And he's almost gonna spit. What did you say? They're gone?
Well, they will be very
leaving.
soon. Yeah, they're leaving right now.
How?
Since the goblins are taken care of.
I mean, that's fantastic news. Did we know that was going to happen?
You can thank Goderic for that. It was his relationship with the leader of the orc band that we were able to work out the deal that they leave.
Gorg's just nods his head.
Harbin looks down the table with just pure astonishment, but also joy on his face. Thank you. Thank you. You all have done this city a far greater service than I could ever have done. I was ready to hang it up last time you left, and your talks and your encouragement and dealing with the red brands and now the orcs and goblins, it's allowed this city to start to prosper. The people trust me again, and I'm trying to do right by them. So, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you're most welcome.
Very, very humbled by your generosity. That said, I apologize. It's Sildar is not back. He should be back within a few days.
Well, we might not be able to wait for him.
Ah, you won't. What is
Well,
next for
Gundren
this
said
party?
that he was. Gundren said that he was supposed to meet his brothers here, or that they were going to go on to the cave ahead of him.
Ah,
You don't remember them passing through town at all, did you?
no, I haven't seen Tharden or Nundro since the first time I saw you. They've been gone weeks. That's
Me as in
not like them.
Gundren, or me as...
I don't
Gundren-
remember meeting them.
Gundren kind of pipes up. You mean to tell me they've been gone for weeks? And no one's gone looking for them? Where did they go? And Harbin kind of gives him one of the shrugs. I'm sorry, Gundren. They said they were going to go, excavate something. They were very secretive about where it is they were going, and I haven't seen them in a while. I mean, they took quite a bit of provisions with them from, Barthens, but I don't know. Should we cause for panic at this point? Is it appropriate? Gundren
Well-
just kind of starts to look and kind of just puts his hand on his head. And
I don't think that panic is probably the right reaction here.
No, but haste might be.
Gundren kind of just lifts his head a little bit. While he's still kind of like trying to rub kind of sense into his head as he strokes his forehead and his temple. He goes, they wouldn't have told anyone because they wanted to protect the location of the Wave Echo Cave. They knew how to get there. Not many people did. If they took some provisions and they were there, it is perfectly reasonable to expect that they wouldn't be back yet. That said, we do know that the spider has already attacked us and has had access to the map for quite some time. It's entirely possible that they could be there as well. I'm worried. I don't like it at all. It could be fine, but it may not be.
Well, I
definitely-
would suggest that we take the opportunity for us to get a good night's rest tonight, and then we can head out for the Wave Echo Cave first light.
Probably a
we
good
should
idea.
see if Rydoth actually arrived at some point.
Yeah, I wanna check
I know
in
we
on,
have the map, but it wouldn't hurt to have an extra
Yeah,
eyes, as it were.
Harbin kind of looks around at you. I haven't seen Rydoth in quite some time. I know he spent some time up in Thunder Tree, but I haven't seen him yet.
we spoke with him, and he said he was going to be meeting us here in PHANDALIN. So, I might head over to Edermath's and see if he went there.
That's a good idea. They were good friends.
okay. Well,
Oh, Harbin, did you happen to put that notice out that I was asking you?
Oh, I did.
Do we have some interest?
We do, and we have growing interest now that we have growing numbers of people. As you can see, the inn is full. The local mines are booming. People are setting up tents even near Colin's place. There's people trying to settle. She's being very gracious. I told her not to be, but
If you can ensure the word gets out, tell them I'll be on the town green at first light in the morning.
all right. It's a bit of a short notice, but I'll ask.
aren't we leaving at first light?
Yeah.
No, I'll be up before everybody else will.
He only meditates 4 hours. He has plenty of time before we wake up.
Yeah, okay.
I'll have to send one of the guards around to the people that have made themselves known, and we'll work it out. All of your help
Please.
is greatly appreciated, and we definitely need that to happen. Smithy even got us all arrows. Apparently, you had commissioned, and
Oh,
we'll have
good.
those put by the green as well.
Thank you. I owe him payment for that.
Well, if that's all, I thank you for the drink, and thank you for the food. I am an old man, and I need to go get some sleep.
Cheers.
And he's going
Have a good night.
raise his tankard one last time, finish off his drink, and make his way out.
Okay.
Gundren is just going to kind of continue to look concerned and grow more worried. He seems to have stopped eating. Hey,
Gundren.
Every minute we're here makes me a bit more worried. I think I'm gonna go turn in for the night and collect some things and I think I might want to go with you tomorrow if that's okay.
Absolutely. I wouldn't go to the cave without you.
I mean, I haven't explored it much, but could at least make sure to get there swiftly.
Sure, absolutely.
And Gundren's going to get up, kind of push himself up, and take a deep breath and turn towards the door and walk out.
He's really worried about them.
I mean, they're his brothers.
Clearly. Well, we'll find them when we get to the cave. I'm sure everything will be fine. But we definitely want to
Wish-
get there soon.
I agree. I wish I could have your confidence in the matter, but
Well, confidence is one way to put it.
My thought is, why would the spider kill 2 experienced miners? Wouldn't they be better useful
because
to
he's
him?
greedy.
Yeah, but he's a dark mage. They use manipulation most likely.
It was
prob-
most likely that they were captured and are being used, then they are dead.
Which
I mean,
is
it's- sure.
slightly better.
Well,
Would anybody care to join me in heading to Ettermath to see if he's awake?
I'll join you.
I think I'll take
Lead
a
the
walk.
way.
Come on, Droop.
Okay. And as you get up from the table, Pip just kind of sits there and his legs are kind of hanging, swinging off the bench, and
Enjoy the
still-
food, Pip.
still eating his food.
actually, Pip, you might want to stop there. Or you're gonna feel sick in the morning, or not even in the morning.
It's okay, sir. I'm just very hungry. Dad doesn't usually let me eat like this. I'm just gonna enjoy it if you don't mind. Growing boy and all that.
Well,
When-
don't complain to us when you have a tummy ache and
And he's just like,
can't go outside and play.
Let the boy eat. I'm gonna grab a really big piece of meat and walk off with it.
go to rip
When-
off a kind of a big old, kind of pheasant thigh and kind of take it with you, almost like a roasted turkey leg at medieval times. Walking out with it. Toblin sees you, and he's in the middle of things, but he just kind of flags you down real quick. Hey, you have business somewhere?
Yes.
All right. Well, as usual, your rooms are ready. Anything you need, you just let me know. Come back whenever. Everything will be fine. You shouldn't have any problems getting in. The dinner rush is slowing down a bit. There's no more people waiting outside. We should be good.
You should go check on Pip.
What's wrong with Pip?
Go check on him.
There's nothing wrong with him.
He's eating food.
Oh, he's eating food again. Boy never stops. I have to send out a hunter just for that boy. You see the way he eats. Never mind.
Yes,
Kind
Grundy.
of like our
He eats
half-orc
well.
friend.
I bet he'd give you a run for your money. Gives me a run for mine. It's a good thing business is better. I gotta feed that boy. Anyway, I gotta get back to it. I just want to let you know your rooms are ready. Whenever you come back, they're fine. Just head on up. Everything should be as you left it. If you need anything, of course, let me know. Mr.
Thank you.
Ashin, batch will be ready in 2 days.
Okay.
I'll make sure to get you big enough the good stuff.
Well, thank you.
He's going to give
Thank
you a
you,
little bit
Dublin.
of a wink, and he's going to head off, run back to where he is. And as the party, you guys are able to then exit the inn. You make your way through the dark night, which, as you
Leif isn't
leave-
following them.
Oh, Leif's not following them? Okay.
No, Leif said he's going to take a walk.
Oh.
But before they actually leave, Leif looks at Bamir. Bamir, I believe we found some things back at the castle. Did you happen to have those? I think maybe I do. I
Wood
searched through my
scrolls.
bag. Yeah, I believe there was some scrolls or something that we found. I don't really know what they do.
I thought we identified all those.
He did.
Did we? I don't think we ever did in the work camp.
I don't think we have officially identified them yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can take care of that.
Yeah, could you just take care of that before you go to bed tonight?
Sure.
Perfect. And then Leif just kind of skips off into the town.
As you leave the inn and the noise dies down around all of you, you look up and you can see the stars. And you look around the town center just outside the Stonehill Inn and realize that even in the daytime, as you saw that the town felt more lived in, felt with more life, you can see that even at night, the town has more light. Street lamps were lit before, but there's a few more. Seems like they're more brightly lit. You can see more people walking around. However, it's still relatively quiet. You make your way down the road, those of you going to see Edermath, seeing the different shops as you go by. You can see as you pass the smithy on your left-hand side that the coals from his long day are just finally starting to fade. And as you turn to make your way down to Edermath's orchard, you can see ahead of you a familiar cottage with a beautifully carved elven door, and a small light lingers in the one window.
I'm just gonna walk up to the door and knock on it.
You don't hear anything.
I'm just gonna call out to Master Edermath and knock again.
You see a small shadow kind of waning in the light. You hear a shuffling come towards the door. He opens up the door. Ah, look who it is. You're back. I was taking my evening nap. So lovely to see you again. Come on, come in. And he ushers you inside to a familiar little tea table that you had sat at previously.
Thank you, sir.
So, tell me all about your adventures. I long to hear.
Man, a lot has happened.
I'll put on some tea. Keep talking, I can hear you. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I'm deaf.
We ran into Rydoth in Thundertree. Fought a dragon.
Did ya? How is the old coot?
Supposed to be coming here to meet us, and you.
Is he? Haven't had a visit in a while. You can hear him shuffling with the different teapots and things.
Wonder what's holding him up. Yeah, I would have thought he would have beaten us here.
You don't move as fast as you do when you're young.
He's a lot more sly than what he lets on.
Of course he is. He's a druid. Doesn't mean he doesn't like to take his time and enjoy nature.
Especially because he's a druid.
I'm just gonna look at Asteria. With a smile.
You hear the whistle of the teapot as Edermath kind of continues to shuffle around in the kitchen and brings over a nice steaming kind of pot with a few cups and starts to pour a familiar apple smelling tea into each of your cups. As he pours each one, you can smell a bit stronger the aroma of the apple and the tea, and it's warm and kind of clears the senses and brings a comfort over you.
I wanted to thank you, Edermath. Your bracers have served me well.
Ah, have they? That's good to know. Good to know indeed. They served me a long time. I'm glad they could also serve you.
I might have another favor to ask of you.
Ask away.
So, I am going to be in the morning at first light, helping to train some of the townsfolk in the ways of ranging.
Ah.
And
I've seen them doing some things in the green. As if you kind of were to look at a top-down view of the city, the green is literally right next to his house. So he can see the clearing and the archery posts that have been set up over the past, week or so.
So I would love it if you would maybe assist in training them, if you're willing.
When, I'd love to. When are they going to be doing this?
I plan to start first thing in the morning at sunup.
Sunup. It's right in the middle of my morning nap. If I'm awake, I'll gladly come and help you impart some wisdom of archery on the town's guard, I'm assuming. More people,
I'm hoping
need
it's
more to defend.
I'm hoping it's more than just the town guard.
We'll see. I've seen the postings, and I've seen, a bit more than people think I do, but I think you'll have a decent turnout. With that, he kind of reshuffles and continues to sip in his tea. So, I know that it's late, but someone must have time to tell me an adventure. You've been gone for a bit, and you look a bit more weathered than when you left. I assume there's a good story or two in there.
Actually, I'm just gonna look at Bamir and kind of cock my head a little bit, deferring to the storyteller.
We did have an encounter with a small green dragon.
And he's going to stop. Dragon, you say?
Yeah.
Mhm.
In fact, that's where we met Rydoff, was leading up to that. We found out he was in Thunder Tree and went to look for him, and while we were there, he told us about a green dragon that had nested or set up its lair in the ruins of the old town. So the group of us went and faced it, and though some difficulties arose, we managed to drive it off, before getting killed ourselves, which turned out to be a skin of the teeth type thing.
I took
Every
a nap.
battle you can walk away from is a good battle. Good battle.
Fair enough.
That said, I don't see everyone. Is everyone back okay?
Yeah, everybody made it.
Oh, good. Just
Leaf's out doing leafy
Leafy
things.
things.
oh, good. I'm glad.
He's in the wind.
Did you find Gundren?
We did find
did.
Gundren.
Is he alive?
He is.
Yes. He's asleep at the inn right now.
Thanks, Tamora.
Well,
Yeah. Worried about his brothers, however.
Ah, yes. Thad and Anundra, they've been gone for a bit. They were going off to a mining expedition. It's not wholly unusual for them to be gone for a little while. They usually stock up pretty well on their trips.
yeah, the only thing we're worried about is the actors that have been on the field lately getting there before we do.
Yes. I imagine you're going to be going over after them quickly then?
Right after, well, I was going to say first light, but I guess right after the training is done.
Ah. Well, I am going to not keep you then. I will say thank you very much for the story. I hope to hear many more. You fought a dragon. I'm so proud of you. All of you. But yes, it's time for this old man to go to sleep, and it's time for you to get some rest as well. You'll apparently have a big day tomorrow.
Yep, and I have a few spells to cast before bed, so
With
Again, thank you, Master Adamath, for your hospitality and for your help.
that,
yes.
Just might see you in the morning, Master Ashin. And he gets up and he gathers up the cups and the teapot and puts them back on a tray and goes into the kitchen and kind of sets them down and escorts you to the door. And as he often does with a very sleepy yawn, I'll see you hopefully in the morning. Good night, everyone. And he shuts the door.
Good night.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the party, and I'm actually gonna meditate out on the green tonight. So, I bid you all good night. And I'm
Okay.
just gonna walk off into the town green.
Gonna head back to my room in the inn.
Exterior, are you going to join him or come with us?
Esther, she'll follow Ashin.
Okay. Oh, I guess it's...
Have a good night. Sheen says as he's walking away.
Godric, what are you doing?
I am headed back to the inn.
All right. As Bamir and Godric head back to the inn, let's catch up with Leif. What has Leif been doing with his Leif walk?
Life was just thinking while walking around town, but then ended up going over to Hallia's to see if she's awake.
Oh. You walk up to the house at the rear of the Phandalin Miners Exchange, and you see that there are no lights on.
Kind of takes a moment, weighs how irritated she may be if he wakes her, but decides to softly knock on her door.
As you knock, you wait a moment, and you hear a little bit of rustling, and you can see she has a little kind of eye, peephole on the door, and you see it slide open, and you can see these very bleary eyes of Halia Thornton staring at you. Leif, is that you? Ugh.
It is sorry to wake you, Miss Halia, but I thought you'd like to know that we returned after finding Gundren, and there's something important we need to talk about before we leave again in the morning.
While you're talking, she has already shut the peephole and has begun to open up the door. Yeah, yes, of course. Always interested to hear information from you. Please sit, and you go and sit at a little area that she has in her house, and a nice kind of comfy wooden chair with seemingly some kind of fur hide coverings over it. It's very comfortable. And she sits opposite you in a room on what could be described as a kind of a couch. She kind of props her legs up and has a blanket that she kind of covers herself with and leans back with her kind of head towards the ceiling. Well, it's certainly, like I said, nice to see you, Leif. I am very, very interested to hear what you have to say.
Not much of a night owl, are you?
I have a busy day every day, and I try and make the most of it, so when things are done at the exchange, I like to make sure that I am well rested for the next day. But never mind that. Never you mind. What's the news? You've been gone for a little while now, and I mean, catch me up on everything. How has everything gone? Did you find Gundren? What is going on with goblins, orcs, anything? Tell me all.
Yeah, we did a few things. We dismissed the dragon from Thundertree. The orcs are going back to where they came from. The goblins are gone. We found Gundren. He's alive. But
Thank
we
goodness.
do have to leave to go to the Wave Echo Cave first thing in the morning because Gundren's brothers are possibly there, and we met the spider, and he might be already on his way there.
And at you mentioning Gundren, she kind of like, she was looking at the ceiling. She kind of brings her head back and is kind of very interested in, oh, good. And then when you mention the spider, her eyes grow wide, and she is suddenly very acutely interested. You met the spider.
Sort of.
Tell me everything about the spider. We need to know about him.
I mean, you already pretty much know everything. He lives up to his name, though. Seems to control spiders.
What do you mean? Explain.
So, cleared Cragmaw Castle, saved Gundren. We went to an orc encampment. We're kind of like semi-friends with them. And then in the night, the spiders, about 10 of them, attacked us. And the spider seems to control them. The black spider sent them on us.
He has control of spiders. That's not completely out of the question with him reportedly being a drow, but most curious indeed. So you're all going to the Wave Echo Cave tomorrow, you said, correct?
It would be best sooner than later, and especially with Gundren's brothers being there. Definitely don't want to keep them waiting in case the spider gets there before us, especially since you warned us not to go there. So he's already on his way.
Most unfortunate. Is there anything that I can do for you before you go? I mean, we can make any resources available at your disposal. This is our top priority here.
I'll have to think on that one. Besides that, was there anything that you, the Zentarum, needed from if we do meet the spider and dispose of him? Or capture him?
Either or for us is fine. Mainly, we're looking to have safe control of the cave for the good people of Phandalin. If that means that we're able to capture the spider, fantastic. If that means that we don't, oh well. As long as we know that the cave is secure and our excavations can continue and the prosperity of this town can continue, that is the most important thing.
Okay. How much does Leif know about Drow, by the way?
Give me a history check.
7.
You do not have that much of a kind of working history with drow, other than the fact that you know that they are dark elves that kind of come from, dark, deep places below the surface.
So, Elliot, do you know anything about drow that can maybe help us out with this? I'm not too familiar with them.
I do know. I've been researching quite a bit about the drow, and man, where to start? They're mostly religious fanatics that worship Loth, the Spider Queen, which makes sense, him controlling spiders, now that I put all of these things together. It's very unusual for them to be above ground. If you are thinking that the Wave Echo Cave is full of the magical properties that it once possessed, that would be quite the tantalizing place of power to establish oneself. I know they typically work alone or in small groups, if at all. Beyond that, I mean, they don't get encountered very often. After their encounters and wars in the past with elves and dwarves, and they were kind of driven back down into, the depths, there's not a whole lot more recorded about them.
Interesting. You say they're in the depths a lot. Are they not good with sunlight?
I don't believe so. I believe that it's rumored that they are sensitive to sunlight.
Okay, that could be useful. I guess it's really all you can help me with, which is honestly more than I had, so thank you. Besides that, is there anything that you can offer us, even maybe on just a temporary loan? I can obviously return anything that you give me after we deal with the spider.
Leif, obviously, as we are funding this expedition, I have told you anything that you need, we are here to help you with. That said, how about I go? And as she's saying this, she's now gotten up from the couch and she's kind of walked around into a different room, which you assume to be her bedroom. And she starts talking to you from around the corner. I think I'm gonna go and see if I can get Barthen to get you some proper supplies, just in case, to make sure that you guys are equipped for tomorrow's journey. I know it's late, but... And then she walks back into the room. I know it's late, but I'm most certain that we can at least get together things like rope, maybe some food. You already well equipped weapons-wise, I assume. Maybe if there's anything additional that he can give us in terms of maybe climbing items, or I don't know. It's a cave. I'll get with Barthen and I'll make sure that he's going. And as she's doing this, she's kind of walking around. You can see that she came out of the room kind of fully clothed, no longer in kind of sleepwear, and reaches to grab a coat and puts it on. You go get some sleep now. I think this is all that we can do. I'm gonna go and go bug Barthen and have him put together a small wagon for you for your trip to the cave. That way you guys have everything you need. I don't want you going there empty-handed.
Leif bows his head. Thank you very much. I think we do have a decent amount of supplies for that, but any little bit helps, and maybe if he has something special that might help us specifically with that cave, that'd be great.
Absolutely. And she kind of ushers you out the door, and she locks the door behind you and kind of locks it and starts making her way off very speedily towards Barthen's home.
Leif just stands there and watches her go, and then shrugs and goes back towards the inn.
As we all converge onto our nighttime areas, Droop had decided to stay with Ashin and kind of curl up out in the open green. It's a warmer night. You can feel the breeze out in the green. You can still see the activities of people kind of doing the hustle and bustle around the city, but it's quiet. It's peaceful. Those of you back in the inn make your way up to your rooms. And as you shut your doors, the band has stopped playing for the evening, and it seems that most people are starting to turn in for the night. Bamir, were you able to identify those items?
Yeah, I can do that.
And as you all set down for your long rest, something good's gonna happen. It's time for a level up, baby.
Yay!
Let's go.
Whoa.
Woo woo.
And while you guys are getting those things prepared, we are going to take a short break. As we come back, we have a moment between Ashin and Asteria out in the greens.
Ashin's gonna like just kind of sit in the middle of the greens with crossing his legs all like crisscross. And he's gonna start taking off his bracers. And he's gonna, Asteria, come here.
She'll go and sit next to him, like she normally does when she's getting ready to meditate.
And he's just gonna show her the mark on his wrist and how it's grown a little bit.
It's getting worse.
It is. So let me tell you what happened when I woke up from my meditation when we were in the orc camp. I got dressed and I went outside, and I just felt like this overwhelming influence to kill the cook. But I was able to resist. Help me resist.
How am I supposed to help you resist? It's coming from the god of revenge?
I am concerned going into this cave that this might get some grip on me.
You have to do your best to resist.
I will try.
But if you are having an issue or a problem or trouble resisting, then you need to be vocal about it and say something
I'm being vocal.
to more than just me.
Agreed. And with that, Ashin's gonna put the bracer back on and slip into his trance.
When Asteria goes into her trance, she's going to focus on the events ahead and what she could do to help him.
And since we're with you two, tell us about your levels.
I got a new spell. That's about it, really. For level 5. I got conjure animals.
Ooh.
I can summon face spirits that take the form of beasts, and I can choose between how many, and depending on how many, that determines their CR rating.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
neat. So you can summon something and then transform into something.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yep.
I like it. Ashin.
So a couple of things happened. I I got access to 2nd level spells, ranger spells.
Ooh.
I got a new Gloomstalker spell called Rope Trick, which basically I can create an extra dimensional room that the party can hide in for an hour to take a short rest.
Ooh.
So in this dungeon, we can hide for an hour, completely safe from attack.
That's amazing.
And then I also took Pass Without Trace, which, as you guys have already seen, gives us a +10 to stealth. And then I also got extra attack. So, like, the first round of combat, I get 3 attacks, and then every round after that, I get 2.
Nice. I feel like that's going to come in handy. Bamir, we're going to go over to you. What have you identified, and tell us about your level?
Well, Bamir identified the scroll of silence and revivify, but then he took the spell sending, which basically lets him send a message to anybody on this plane or beyond.
Or beyond.
Yeah, there's a chance of failing if it is beyond this
Okay.
plane.
Interesting. I just like how it sounds. Beyond. Beyond.
To this plane and beyond.
Sending messages into the unknown. Waiting
To
for answers
infinity.
that might never come. Go to Rough.
Yeah.
Tell us about your level.
He figured out that he can swing his axe more than once.
Oh, you got a
So he
backswing.
has-
Nice.
Yeah, I got extra attack, so he's gonna be using a lot of that, and he can also move another 10 feet. He's a little faster, a little lighter on his feet.
Oh, little combat fortitude.
There is
Yeah.
no way that he's lighter with all the meat he eats.
Well, his legs are stronger and can propel him farther.
I like how that's going. Leif, tell us about the level.
So Leif got a little bit more charismatic. Now at 20 charisma. It makes sense. He was able to make a deal with a dragon that fell through due to the charisma of our party. And then next was the he replaced the 1st level spell Silent Image with Featherfall. And thinking that'd be more useful, seeing as 1, he never uses Silent Image, and 2, thinking if you fell off of a dragon, might be nice to not hit the ground. The other thing was he took a new 2nd level spell, and seeing as how we've had to deal with the spider, just kind of thought it'd be fitting to take Spider Climb.
Okay. Read me Spider Climb. What does that do? I'm super interested.
So it's a 1 action casting time. It's a touch spell. It's in concentration up to 1 hour. Until the spell ends, 1 willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. Target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed.
Full on exorcist there. Okay. That's awesome. Should come in handy. All right.
What does
It
Droop get?
is- Droop gets a good night's sleep. Thank you. As Ashin, you awake from your meditation along with Asteria. You see a familiar presence across from the green. And it's Edermath. He got his old bones up and decided to walk over, and he kind of calls out to you. Good morning. I made it. We're here. This is good. Where are all of our recruits? And within the next few minutes of the first light, you can see about 20 people start walking up towards the green from the town center. And they were all looking at you.
Ashin's gonna just look at the array of targets that have been set on the green. And he's gonna look at the group of people. Can I get a show of hands how many of you have fired a bow before?
You see about 5 or so kind of raise their hands, and then like another 5 or so kind of like give you like, yeah, it's been a while.
Who's gone hunting with that bow?
The number dwindles to 2.
Who's killed with that bow?
Number jumps back up to 4.
Okay. Surprising, but all right.
Killing and hunting are 2 different things. Some of these men have seen battle. Most of them have not.
All right, so those of you that have fired a bow at another humanoid, step forward.
So 4 step forward.
Pick up a bow.
You see them pick up their bows kind of confidently.
Ashin's going to step beside them. He's going to point at the furthest target. It's roughly... we'll say it's 300 feet, like all the way across the green.
Okay.
Hit that target for me. He taps the guy that's right next to him.
First guy walks up, kind of looks at you, gives you a very confident look, kind of stands upright, grabs one of the arrows, inspects it, draws, adjusts his aim and his arc upwards, chest up, elbow up, all in line, releases the arrow. It sails through the air and hits in the center area of the target. And he looks at you. Gives you a nod.
Good shot. Do it again.
He goes up this time and he says, okay. Takes another arrow, pulls it.
Right as he releases, Ashin whispers in his ear, "Don't miss."
And as he releases that arrow, it sails up on a similar trajectory as the one next to it and hits on the circle just outside the center circle, but close to it.
Good shot. I am surprised. Can you do it again? Ashin stands in front of him.
He this time takes the arrow and he puts his arm back and he's looking at you, and then he looks up and you're standing so close that it makes him feel a bit uncomfortable. And as he releases the arrow, it sails wide and over the target. Be careful of my house. He starts to
Step
laugh.
to the side.
He backs up.
He goes to the next guy and repeats the process. Hit that target.
Next guy steps up, a little less confident, but still gives a little extra power. He looks a little stronger than the last guy. Lets the arrow go. It's a bit flatter of a trajectory, and it hits that same outer ring of the center.
All right. Give me one more shot.
And this time, he comes up again, and he tries to pull a little bit harder because he's confident from that last shot. And
Relax.
lets
Relax.
loose the arrow, still too tense, and it sails to the left of the target without hitting.
Okay.
He's like,
Take. It's all right. It's all right. Take a step back.
Takes a step back.
And Ashin's going to repeat this process with these next couple of guys. Go ahead, take a shot for me.
The next guy comes up, kind of similar to the first, let loose an arrow. Of the 3 that you make him fire, he hits 2 kind of around the target, but nowhere near as proficient as the other ones. And the last guy is about the same. He's about 1 for 3 at that distance.
That's really good.
Ashin's. I'm impressed. I will say that. First and foremost, I want you all to be able to hit the target, but as we progress in this training, I'm going to be putting you in some stressful situations to ensure that you can maintain your accuracy when stressed. So, can I get the next 4 men step up to the line?
So this next group has 3 novices and the least experienced of the other guys. Or of the ones that fired before.
If you have fired before, you shoot first.
Okay, that guy steps up. And he, seeming to be a bit more cautious and takes a bit more time than his previous kind of archers, and breathes in and exhales, lets loose the arrow, and it hits near the center of the target as well. And it's kind of like surprised, almost, but excited to have hit the target.
Go ahead and step out of the line and step over there with the other gentleman.
Walks over and stands next to them.
Give me another person on this line.
Next one steps up.
Closest target. 50 feet. All of you, shoot it. Same time.
They all step up, awkwardly kind of hold the bow. Their elbows are kind of all over the place. They don't seem very sure of themselves, and as they let loose their arrows, none of them hit.
Okay.
And they're all
Would
just kinda
anybody
like,
else like to? Would anybody else like to take a try at the target?
And then the remaining kind of people are like, yeah.
All right, step up.
So as they cycle through the next few, you have a few that are unable to hit the target, but you seem to have roughly 5 more out of the remaining, what is that? Kind of 8 to 10 that actually are able to hit the closest target with a fair amount of accuracy.
Okay. Ashin's going to look at Master Edermath. And Ashin's going to take his own bow off his back and hold his bow out for Master Edermath. Sir, would you like to take a shot?
Sure.
Show these young folks how it's done?
It's been a while, but I'm glad to give it a try. And as he kind of walks over, examines your bow in his hand, kind of tests the string weight. Used a bit of a heavier string. Really reach out and touch somebody with this. And steps up to the line, pulls an arrow, and aims at the farthest target. He goes, listen here, all of you. Make sure you're watching and listening to Master Ashin. Keep your elbows up and in line with the bow. And if everything's lined up, it should go exactly where it means to. And he lets go mid-sentence. And the arrow sails up and starts to arc down. And even with Edermath not looking, hits the top of the furthest target. See, a little bit rusty, but as long as the mechanics are all in line, you can shoot just fine.
Ashin is going to ask for his bow.
And he presents it back to you with both hands.
And can I take a little bit of flavor here?
It's your training. Do as
DM,
you like.
can I take a bit of flavor here?
Flavor away.
All right. So Ashin's going to turn to the group and he's going to say, And like Master Addermath said, practice and learning your form and sticking to your form will lead to true accuracy. And he's going to keep his head tilted towards he's going to look at the target, look at the group, take aim, fire one arrow, and immediately knock another and fire it while talking to the group.
Give me a
And
roll.
just not even look at the target. I did. I rolled a 19 and a 17.
The first one hits dead nuts center. The second one hits next to it. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at that! Look at that guy! Look, he just hit the target. Wasn't even looking at the target. We learned to shoot like that. Holy shit! Yeah, that's awesome."
So, what I want you guys to do today is first, you're going to walk out there and retrieve the arrows we shot. And I'm going to break you down into groups, and you will work on your target until you get that target down. And then you'll move to the next one. And for those of you that are already experienced, I just want you to hit that 300 target all day.
One of the most experienced kind of walks up, and it was the first one that was by far the most accurate of the bunch. And as they pull back their kind of cloak, you can see that it's a younger woman who seems to be quite adept, and she was also the one that marked herself as a hunter. She asks you, "Oi, how often are we going to be doing this?
Every day.
Are you going to be here every day?
No.
Who's going to be running it then?"
You.
Me? Well, I don't know if they're going to listen to me.
They will. And Ashin's going to look at them and nod his head. They will.
The rest of the guys are going to look around. They kind of just nod. All right, then. It's a big responsibility. I'll do what I can to teach him what I know. Have him
And
hit true.
it is my aim here to assist as much as I can in offering to teach how to shoot those who need it. And get your group up to speed with you, and then I want you to come down to the next group and work with them to get everybody on the same page. And then we'll start talking about tactics in shooting and where to put yourself, how to range.
As soon as Sashin learns. Wait.
She just looks at you. She's just right, you lot. You heard him. We're going to be practicing here every morning. Unless you've got something keeping you from here, I'll be here to help teach you what I know.
Ashin's gonna, for the remainder of the time, go with the group that was the least experienced and just work with them in proper form and how to hold the bow properly, taking proper stance and shooting at that target and hitting it accurately.
By the time about 2 hours passes for this training session, and the sun goes from just barely lighting up the far reaches of the horizon to being up just over the farthest hill. The rest of the party is waking and rousing at this time, and the group that you've been working with, Ashin, seems now able to consistently, within a good 8 out of 10 accuracy, hit the target. And the woman that you have kind of put in charge of the higher end group seems to be making good progress with her group as well. Edermath walks over to you. I don't know if I can drag these old bones out of bed every day, but I'll make sure to come here and continue this while you're away on your adventures. This is a good thing. These people need to know how to defend themselves, and I think what you've done here is a great start.
My plan was to just get them started. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be here often enough to really train them, but I wanted to set them on the right path. And all I ask of you, Master Edermath, is just keep your eyes open and lend a hand if it's needed.
Absolutely. He kind of gives you a bit of a nod. And with that, the group disperses for the morning. And you are left to find the rest of the party who is gathered at the inn.
Ashin's going to look at Hysteria. I'm hungry.
Well, let's get some food and get everyone together.
Oh, I hope they have eggs.
As you walk into the inn, you can see a familiar face of Toblin, kind of bleary-eyed as he seems to have just woken himself. Ah, good morning, everyone. Got something special here. Heard the cooks whip this up. Heard you were going on a bit of adventure. Wanted to make sure you were well fed on your way. So, Jerry, bring it out. And from the kitchen, you see not only Jerry, but a few other cooks and staff bringing out large trays, and they set up on the bar itself kind of a buffet style line of food. And there are a large kind of pan of eggs. There's a large pan of what looks like strips of meat. It's not bacon per se because there aren't any pigs around, but it is strips of cooked meat that looks bacon-ish. There are fresh baked biscuits. There seems to be some sort of gravy on the side, and a small assortment of fruits and nuts available in another one. And to the one side are plates that you are there to be able to get and grab and go. And at the far end of this buffet are some drinks. They seem to have milk and some sort of juice that's prepared in a carafe for you.
I should have asked Edermath for some
Do
tea.
they have apple juice?
Really?
Hey, I like apples. And they have an orchard.
It is
That's
apple
Edermath.
juice. It is apple juice.
I hope so.
Ashin's just going to look at Toblin and say, can I actually have a little bit of mead?
Toblin's going to look left and look right. And he's going to grab something from underneath the bar, and you're just going to hear a pouring sound. And he's just going to put a tankard on the bar for you. Sometimes I don't mind starting the morning off with a little bit of a kick myself.
That's right. Well, I've been outside for the last couple hours training, hopefully, some new rangers.
It's good news. We need people able to defend the town. Especially now with more people here. It's going to bring more attention. Going to bring good and bad attention.
This is true. Ashin's going to take a sip. Yeah. And get some food and go and sit down.
Give me a Constitution check.
$15.
As you take that sip, you notice there's something a little different about what he's poured for you in that mug. You got a sharp kick towards the end of that. It seems that he's poured a little bit of his own special stuff and mixed it in with some of the mead. giving you an extra little in the morning.
Sheen's just gonna tip his tankard.
Oi! And he brings up a tankard himself. Takes a sip, gives his head a shake. Ah, that's the good stuff right there. Hey,
Top of the morning.
Start another day. Top of the morning, indeed. Please feel free to eat as much as you like. It's just going to be you and a few others this morning that are actually staying here at the inn. This should be more than plenty, even for you, Mr. Big Feller. And then I suppose you're going to be on your way.
You don't want to put that to the test, do you?
Oh, full belly's the best way to start the day. Eat all you want.
Go to
Meat
Rick?
and gravy.
Go-
I'm eating.
Go ham?
I don't think it's ham, but
Tyria's
a
gonna
nice
run up
substitute.
ahead of Godoruk and take some eggs and some biscuits before he can even touch anything, and then go back.
Smart.
She's like a ninja.
Did Asteria grab eggs?
She just doesn't eat meat.
Ah, so she's an overbearing.
Ah. Yeah.
You've been with her for 10 years? You don't know that she eats eggs?
I've never seen her eat eggs.
I'm gonna grab as much of the meat as I can and slather it in gravy and go to town.
Sounds disgusting.
As you bite into the meat, you can get a taste. Seems to be there's some kind of venison jerky that's in here that's just more tender. It's not quite as chewy. And then there's also a bit of what tastes to you kind of like something like goat, right? Some kind of goat meat strip as well. It's kind of tender, little gamey, but very hearty. The gravy has a nice kind of salty but thick texture to it. Kind of runs over everything, and you've piled that on top of your eggs, which are just wonderfully fluffy and warm and delicious.
She had more of that grit.
Ashid's gonna make a similar plate to Godoruk's, albeit smaller. And then sit down next to him and like sneakily offer his tankard.
Godoruk's
Godoruk
not
to-
going to question it whatsoever and
Get
take
a
a big
kickstart.
swig. Take a big swig. Not even going to
Godoruk.
question what's in it.
Also, give me a Constitution save.
5.
As you take a drink from this tankard, you bring it up and you spit it out. Eyes start watering.
You all right there, big fella?
I think I'll stick to the juice for now.
Okay. He takes his tankard back and continues drinking. Takes another drink. Oh god. Rolling check.
Leif gets some food after all this and looks up a mirror. So, what did you find for us in the scrolls of knowledge?
This one is silence, which is completely useless to me. And this one is revivify, which would be useful if I knew the spell or knew if that sort of power was available to me, which it's not.
Leif kind of thinks for a second. So Revivify seems self-explanatory. Silence just makes things quiet.
Basically, it just, from what I understand, it makes a zone of the lack of sound. So you can't, cast spells or hear anything.
Leif? Leif looks at Godoruk, looks at Bamir, and it's like, that could be useful.
I'm not sure if that's a jab at me or Godoruk.
Actually, neither. It's a plan for the future.
Oh,
I will not
Good.
say trust me on this one yet.
okay.
But
Yes.
fun thing, I did go on a walk as of last night, and I did secure us some things. We can stop by Barthen's after this, and wherever Gundren might be able to help us out with that too. But we do have some supplies that we can pick up for the cave.
I'm pretty sure Gundren's right here.
Gundren had not made his way down the stairs yet, but as you all are talking, he is kind of come out, and he looks a little different. He's wearing kind of some studded leather armor, seems to be carrying a big axe on his back, like he is at least ready for some type of combat. And he walks down the stairs. Hi, good morning to y'all.
Hey, look, Godoruk, he likes big choppy things too.
Of course, I like choppy things.
Morning,
I'm a dwarf.
Gundren. Get some
Morning.
breakfast and we'll be leaving here shortly, I'm sure.
Oh, Toblin, look at this. It's quite the spread. And Gundren goes and fetches himself a plate of food. Sits down, starts to eat. As you all are eating,
Gundren, you want a
door-
drink? Offers him his...
No. That's not a good idea, I promise.
Gundren takes the tankard, sniffs it, takes a drink.
I've tried to warn you. I don't know what they see in that rot gut, but
Oh, that's pretty damn good. I'm awake now.
oh
Thank you
god,
for
there's
that.
another one.
And he hands the mug back to you swiftly, but he is awake now. Whoo, boy. Whoo. As you all are getting your breakfast, in through the door walks Ahalia Thornton. She walks up to you and just kind of stands a bit away from the table that everybody's eating at. And good morning, everyone. I just wanted to let you know that I was able to secure you some extra provisions from Barthen's. If you head down there, he'll be waiting for you. He has a small cart with a couple horses to be able to pull, and you should have everything that he has available to you for this journey. I asked him to get you some rope, some climbing gear, some torches. I don't know what else you need. There's some additional food in there, and you know, anything else that I can think that he might have that you might need. I'm sure that he can get you if you need to make any kind of last minute requests. But Gundren, it's fantastic to see you. Leif did let me know that you were here. I'm so happy to have you back safe, and I hope that you're able to find your brothers quickly and in good health. But that is all I have for you.
Ashin's gonna raise... Ma'am?
Yes.
So, do you have anything that goes boom?
Unfortunately, you would have to talk to, you know, the costers for those types of things. I'm not sure if Lenine is in yet this morning or not. If you wanted to try and look, then that would be up to her. But everything at Barthen's is at your disposal.
Okay. Thank you.
And she's like, all right then, I have to get over to the Miners' Exchange. Good morning to you all, and good journey. And
Take
she
some food with you.
turns and just walks right on out.
Okay, never mind.
She gets things done at least.
Indeed, she does. Bamir, you should talk to your friend at Coster's and see if we can get something that goes boom.
Well, I don't know what you're wanting, so maybe you should talk to her.
You've got the rapport with her though.
What do you want? What do you want that goes boom besides, you know, the spells we slay?
thinking something that you might attach a fuse to that maybe I could strap to an arrow.
You want to strap dynamite to an arrow?
Yep.
Why?
Boom.
Yeah, we're trying not to blow up the cave. We're trying to
We're going to a cave, right? And they cave in if you explode things in them.
Yep.
That's generally considered a bad idea when we're going to be in the cave.
It's more of a emergency type thing.
I think we'll be okay without that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to ask her for something that goes boom.
I'll ask her
And
myself.
I
then.
discourage you from doing that too.
That sounds like it causes the emergency.
Especially if you're latching it to the end of an arrow.
Your arrow's not gonna fly very far.
Nope, doesn't need to.
If it's gonna blow up, it does. It needs to be far away from me.
I wasn't trying to, like, shoot it at you.
Doesn't matter where you're trying to shoot it. It needs to be far away.
She's just gonna chuckle a little bit and go back to eating. I'm gonna get my boom arrow. It's gonna
No, that's a bad idea anyway.
I like
shoot
that idea.
Okay, so you shoot the dynamite at somebody. What does it do? Sizzle there for 5 minutes before it blows up?
Gundren's gonna pipe up. Yeah, Ashin, I'm with Mimir on this one. I don't think that's a good idea, especially going into a cave. Lots of mining experience here. Boom in cave don't go well, especially if we're looking for my brothers. I don't want to cause a cave in that could potentially leave them in a worse situation.
Fine. Still gonna
What?
get my boom arrow.
No, it's a terrible idea.
Leif
How are
will
you
explain.
hearing me mutter under my?
Good there?
I can see it in your face.
Must be the mead.
Gundren,
Must be the mead.
Gundren, as he seems kind of upbeat this morning, all of a sudden kind of turns more anxious and goes, "All right, so are we ready to go?"
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So-
think
So-
I'm good.
Go to
So
Rook.
we head down to Barthen's and get over to the cave. I don't think we can waste much time.
How are you feeling, Droop? Did you get enough to eat? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, good. I had the fluffy yellow thingies, and then I had some meat, and yeah, but tummy full. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
As you make your way out of the inn and down the street, you can see the sun is now kind of more, it's around the 9 o'clock position in the sky. You can feel its rays warm upon you as you walk towards Barthen's. Just outside down the street, you can see that there is indeed a small cart with a horse in front, and Barthen is out front. And he kind of waves you down. Hi, adventurers. Happy to have you back again. I heard from Halia that you needed some things, and I took the liberty of gathering some rope, some climbing gear. There's some torches in there. There's some food. I didn't know what else you would need in terms of gear, but if there's something that I have in my shop, I'm more than happy to get it for you. He just waits looking at you.
Leif looks at Gundren. Anything you think that we'll need besides what we already have?
In this cart too. Yep.
Hmm.
Looks like he's got ropes and some food for us.
Actually, do you have like some?
No dynamite.
I'm not after the dynamite.
Well, it's a good thing because we don't have any blasting equipment in Phandalin. It's off limits according to our kind of mining code here.
I need some parchment, and if you have it, I need like some cornmeal.
Cornmeal. You mean flour?
Nope. Specifically cornmeal.
Specifically cornmeal. I definitely have parchment. I can go and get you some of that. I'll have to go back and take a look for the cornmeal.
Are you making muffins?
It'll be all right.
I'm so confused.
Barthen, do you happen to have maybe a large barrel and some chain?
Barrel and chain, I definitely have.
Okay, could you fill the barrel with water?
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
I think I see where you're going with that.
Well, that makes one of us.
Leif puts up his finger and looks at the mirror. Okay, have you forgotten the whole ice magic thing that I do?
Yeah. No, but what? Yeah, I still don't know what you're gonna do with a barrel of water.
Ashin pulls out his water skin and pops the lid off of it.
Leif just looks at Ashin blankly. Yeah, the thing that I usually do with that, but let's get going. We don't have time to waste.
Puts it back out and puts it away.
Elmer
I
comes
could
back
use some
out.
more javelins from Lion Shield Costers.
Elmer comes
Ouch.
out and he has the boys working with him bring out a barrel and they fill it with water before you go. Elmer walks over to Ashin and says, I'm sorry, I don't have cornmeal. I have some wheat and I have some flour. That's unfortunately all I have. Will either of these work for you?
I need powdered corn extract. I.e. cornmeal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have any. We have powdered wheat extract and more powdered wheat extract in the form of flour.
Okay.
He goes ahead and hands you kind of 10 sheets of parchment. I didn't know how much you need. I figured this would be enough.
That'll be plenty. What'll it cost me?
This is all on Halia. She's taking care of everything.
Okay.
And anything we don't use, we just return, Ashin.
All right.
Okay.
Does
Does anybody need anything else like bee's knees or newt hairs?
Nope, still just waiting on the chain.
That was loaded into the cart as well.
Perfect.
I could
need a
use
moment
a
to talk
few
to
more
the-
weapons.
I need a moment to talk to the blacksmith if he's available.
You look across the way from Barthen's and you can hear the familiar ting, ting, ting of the smithy.
I'll
Ashin,
meet you
why-
guys back here in a moment.
Yeah, why don't you take care of that? Goderic, would you like to go buy your javelins, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Besides
Did
that, we can wait at the entrance to the town for you two to come back, and we'll be ready to go.
So, what's your plan with the barrel of water?
Shape water.
Look, it's a lot of water. If we need ice, we'll have lots of ice.
Yeah,
and
but we're
lots of
not
water.
gonna carry the cart into the thing, are we?
Goderic can carry the barrel on his back.
Goderic
He's
can
strong.
carry. Yeah, it's. He's fine.
He can carry a 40-gallon barrel of water.
That's a lot of water, guys. That's a heavy barrel.
Yeah.
I don't think you.
Yeah, I can only carry like another 90 pounds.
The
I can
barrel,
push it.
The empty barrel itself is 70 pounds.
Yeah, I could carry it actually. Not even close.
Maybe the wrong size barrel. Hey, at least we'll have drinking water.
Yeah, we'll have drinking water while we're on the road. It's fine.
Fantastic.
Worst case, it'll be there for something useful.
You could buy an extra water skin.
A lot of water.
Make sure you guys have clicked your long rest button. I don't know if D&D Beyond hasn't updated yet or what, but it still seems that there's a couple healths.
I clicked on mine
yeah.
late. My bad.
You're fine.
Sorry, I hadn't clicked it.
Just as a reminder there.
I have all 33 of my hit points now.
Yay. All right.
Screw you all with more.
Ashin,
Well, I just spent 20 gold.
you go over to the smithy. Smithy looks up. Go ahead, Mr. Elf.
Hello, sir. I wanted to commission from you a special project,
Oh, let's hear it then.
and Ashin's gonna pull out a piece of that parchment and draw out the design that he has in his head for this greatsword.
Right. Great sword. It's going to take a bit. I don't even know if I found
that's-
material here.
It's fine. It's a gift for a friend.
Right. You know,
And then he's gonna reach into his bag and pull out the Nothic bones from the hand, and the spider eye, and the sheepskin. And he's gonna point at the crossguard for the greatsword and hand him the bones to be worked into the crossguard, and then the spider eye to be worked somehow into the pommel, and the sheepskin to be made into the actual hilt itself and scabbard.
he takes a look at all the materials. Dwarf. Mr. Elf, I'm going to let you know up front that there might be some issues here with some of the design around some of these items. Bones typically don't hold up well to heavy amounts of heat, and you know that he kind of squishes a little bit. It's going to be tough. I'll see what I can do, but I'm not making any promises. It's a lot to take in here. Making the blade and everything's fine. Adding the skin into the hilt and the handle and the scabbard's fine, but it's going to be quite a bit to have to take in lots of those elements, you know.
I understand. And I'm just asking you to do your best.
Right, I'll do it again. Maybe I can inlay these bones a different way, and maybe I can try and capture the iron resin. That should maybe preserve it a bit better, give it a bit more hardness. I'll do it again.
Well, thank you, sir, and I appreciate your help.
Right then, I'll get to it. It's gonna take me probably 2 weeks to get this done.
That's fine. Like, as I said, it's just a gift for a friend.
Right. And with that, he kind of gets back and goes into his kind of work mode, starts hammering away. Tink, 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 tink.
And Ashin will make his way back to the cart and wait for the rest of the party.
All right. Godorak, you make your way down with Leif to the Lion Shield Coster. Bermir, did you go with him or not?
No.
I went with him.
I thought you said you went with him. You said,
Oh,
come
I
on,
was-
let's go.
I said we were going to. I was going to go to the gate and wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, I can go with him. I don't care.
Godorak, you make your way by yourself to the Lion Shield Coster. As you approach the door, you can see that the face of the building is a little bit more kept from the last time. It seems she's repaired the window to the left of the door that was boarded up previously. The outside seems to have a fresh coat of paint on it, a bit more refreshed from the first time that you saw it, and thought that it was a bit dilapidated and almost potentially uninhabited at that point. You walk in the door is wide open. You take a look around, you see all of the different weapons and armors, and you see Lenine sitting there behind the desk. And she looks up to meet you. Oi! Look at you. How can I help you, Mr. Orc?
I'm gonna pull out my singular javelin that I have and just say, I need more.
Oh. Need some javelins, do you? We can certainly take care of that. And she goes back in the room, comes out with a bundle of 4 javelins, all tied up in 2 leather straps, and just puts it right on the table.
Then I will also pull out my axe, and I need these, but small hand axes.
She gives you a look.
She has
Right. She goes back in the back room, comes out with a pair of hand axes. They have kind of an interesting engraving on one side of the blade that is the shield of the Lion Shield Coster, and on the other side, kind of some interesting adornment markings that could potentially be elvish. And she goes,
How much?
Well, first things first, do these work for you?
Yes. Work fine.
Second thing, did you take care of them fucking goblins?
They're all dead. He's gonna kind of play with his axe a little bit, swing it a bit in the air.
She slides them across the counter to you. All this, 10 gold pieces, and then get the fuck out. She kind of smiles and gives you a wink.
Hand her 10 gold, kind of nod my head and walk out. Take my stuff and walk out.
She goes, if you see that bar gentleman again, tell him to stop by.
She's gonna act like he didn't even hear it and keep walking.
As you walk back and meet the party, everybody is back together at the cart.
Oh, it's time to go.
As the party collects themselves, and your cart from Barthen's in the arsenal that is Godoruk, you make your way down the Tribor Trail onto a familiar path. And you look at Gundren, asking him where you go now. Gundren pulls out his map. Oh, it's been a while since I had to take a look at this thing. You would think that it would be burned into my memory by now, but not quite. As he kind of examines the map and he examines where you are in the kind of realm of Phandalin, he directs you a bit to the east. Says it's actually a bit closer than you might think. We don't actually have to go all the way out to the Tribor Trail. We can just kind of hug these mountains a bit and kind of tuck in. There'll be a path. It should only take us about half a day to get there.
Excellent.
As you make your way down the path, setting off just a bit before noon, you kind of take in the scenery, the stillness. There's no more goblins. You don't see traces of orcs. You're starting to see more traces of wildlife running a bit freely. It seems like the sound around you is a bit more plentiful than it was before. And as you round this second mountain about an hour or so into your journey, things start to get quiet again, and it starts to get a bit more desolate. And Gundren starts looking around for landmarks, and he is not seeing them at first.
Where's Rydoff?
Rydoth takes his time. He is a druid. He is neither
don't
late
have a,
nor is he early. He arrives exactly when he means to.
I don't have call druid button. Sorry.
Ironically, I do, but
Leif looks at Gundren. You seem a little lost here.
Yeah, I'm looking for a sign. There's supposed to be a bit of a familiar rock face, and it's what helps you to direct you to the path, because it's not easily visible from the road. It's been a while since I've been here. Can someone give me a perception check?
Sure. Uh, 12.
Like, as you look around,
25.
Wait. Okay, fine.
I rolled
His
a
is
nat
better
20.
than mine. I rolled an 18.
Leif, as you look around and you're kind of looking at Gundren and trying to take in his explanation for this kind of rough transition of a harsh rock face to a smooth face that kind of leads down into kind of a wedge triangle format where there should just be a very slim gap in the rock. You're unable to locate it. Asteria, as you kind of listened in and look around, you think you see this transition point, and you kind of point over to Gundren. You point to Gundren.
Is that it?
It's yours.
I don't know.
That looks a bit right. That looks like it could be it. And Ashin, you kind of make your way instinctively over to that spot and do see an opening in the wall. And the opening seems quite narrow from your field of view. And as you get closer, you start to see that it's actually wide enough to fit a full cart through. It's just very deceptive from where you are and very easily could be missed by many. Definitely kind of covered up by the effects of time.
It's over here.
Gundren kind of starts to look over and kind of looks up around. Right, yeah, that's it. That's it. And Ashin, give me another perception check.
$19.
As you look down on the ground, you can see that there are tracks that have passed this way recently. Seems to be a mixture of humanoid tracks and potentially something larger.
Do I recognize the larger tracks?
Not yet, you don't.
Hmm.
They're larger than humanoid.
So he's gonna just look at the party, and I found a bunch of tracks. Some of them look like normal humanoid tracks, and then there's this one. He points at it. It's a little bigger.
They're
Ooh,
fresh
is it our
too.
owlbear friend?
They look like they could have been from this morning.
Maybe we should go in and find out.
Sounds good.
Gundren
Leif
kind
just
of steels himself
I maybe recommend a fair amount of stealth here.
Okay.
Gonna kind of look at Ashin. Stealth.
Yeah, stealth.
All right.
As you get closer to these tracks, Gundren seems very stressed that he sees the tracks there, and his face turns a bit more focused. We've got to get in there. Listen, there's a bit more trail as we go, so let's just make our way. When we get to the entrance, we can come up with a bit more of a plan there. Just let's go.
Right.
All right, let's go then. Ashin will move out in front to kind of scout ahead a little bit.
And we will take the cart with us.
Yeah. Gundren, how many times have you been in a fight with that axe?
Oh, a fair amount. It's been a while though. Used to get in some skirmishes back in the home city. Every once in a while, you catch the occasional bandit. I was a bit perturbed that those goblins got a drop on me when we were making our way to PHANDALIN.
Well, if you're feeling a little rusty, maybe it's best if you hang towards the back and let Goderic and Mysteria get up front so that they can, handle things.
Alright, I'll be very honest with you, I'm a bit nervous. I'm very anxious to find me brothers, and given how those goblins got drop on me, I'm not so confident in my abilities. I think if anything I should be covering the entrance to make sure that nothing's coming in behind us.
Well, we don't know what's in here, and we don't know what might still be on its way. I think it's okay if you feel like we can cover the entrance, but it might be better off for us to stay together. Perhaps with your experience, you'd be able to help us find the path that your brothers would have taken. But if you think we should guard the entrance too, then by all means, it's your dime, after all.
Oh, it's not about money, man, at this point. It's more about just making sure that we're secure. And let's put it this way. I've come to know that you're all reliable in how you're able to deal with situations. You've fought dragons, you've fought with orcs.
A dragon.
I mean, you fight with one, you fight with them all, eh?
I mean, we fought a baby dragon.
Regardless,
Let's not get carried away.
I just want to get them safe. And as you continue down this path, you are seeing that there is a large opening to this cave. It immediately gets dark. As you approach the entrance, the mountain rock above you starts to close in on your position, and the light starts to fade, almost to the point where you can't tell that it's day anymore. All of you have dark vision, so your eyes adjust quickly. And as you head into the cave, we're going to take a very short break.
See that?
As
Well,
you
it
make
does.
your way,
Ice is still water.
as you make your way to the entrance of the cave,
Last part.
Gundren decides to stay behind and stay with the cart. His hands are shaking, his breath is trembling, and he seems to be reliving some of the trauma that he had experienced from being captured and essentially tortured for information. And he just doesn't feel like he can go in with you. Please find my brothers and and return him to me in whatever state you can find him. I'm hoping we find Thunder and Dundren alive, but I don't know. I have a very bad feeling about this, and I don't think I can be there. I don't think I can be there.
Okay. Well, be
Fair
careful.
enough.
We don't know what might be coming in after us, so.
And if you get thirsty, we have a barrel of water.
That we do.
You know, you could close the cave off for like an hour and just
I thought about
turn
that.
all that water into a wall of ice.
I thought about that. But I can only maybe make about maybe 5 feet big. I don't know if I could make it the whole entrance.
Yeah, but who's gonna try to climb up a giant block of ice?
Gundren, would you like me to?
No, I think it'll be fine. Just take what you need with you and go. All right, so for this next section, I had kind of just assigned order for you guys so that you could have something. Give me your marching order as you go into this cave. I have Goderic, Ashin, Leif, Droop, Bamir, and Asteria is the current orders you can see. If you'd like me to rearrange you in any way particular, I'm going to give you that chance now.
I would like to be out front with my perception.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
And stealth.
Fine with where I'm at.
Okay.
You don't want to be closer to the front for your transformation?
Mm,
Be next to Goderic.
I guess I'll move up then.
Leave the minstrel at the rear.
The minstrel?
Well, you're a bard. You're a minstrel.
Okay, minstrels are different than bards, okay? Minstrels
Oh.
don't have magic.
But you
They
both
only pretend
play
to have
music.
magic. Okay, there's a lot more to being a bard than playing music. I know history, okay? I know a lot of history.
Yeah, you're the first bard that I know that doesn't try to fluff up his own story.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's a baby dragon.
I mean, it was a baby dragon. I'm
Well,
not
actually,
going to
was it-
sit there and attribute a horde of dragons that are adults to our name, but I'm not going to say that, we didn't fight the dragon, because we did.
right, let's get going.
It's a little too tense for this. Let me see with this. There we go. That's better. As we head into the cave, Ashin, give me a perception check. Looking around you, you can see that this is a cave that appears to have been hewn away from the rock in this entrance. It is very man-made. The walls are smooth. As you look up, though, and start to be able to use your dark vision to see into this first cavern, you can see that the ceiling extends from 10 feet up to 20 feet, and there are stalagmites and stalactites equally around in measure.
That was a 17.
As you start to near the mouth of this cave, you hear the sounds of creatures talking.
Do I recognize the language?
I was actually
speak
just thinking
common.
about that.
I speak Common, Elvish, Goblin, and Sylvan.
You hear just a mix of and it sounds like there's more than one voice as you hear back.
I'm gonna kind of motion for the party to hold up for a second, and I'm gonna move away from the party. And I have a feature from the Gloomstalker that if I'm in darkness, like if it's dark in this area, I'm invisible to anybody that has dark vision to try to see me.
Okay. Where would you like to move?
Slowly towards the sound to see if I can get my eyes on what I'm hearing.
You make your way up to just where the cave mouth starts to get some vision. You catch a glimpse of an ogre.
Ooh.
And then off in the distance, another ogre. They appear to be rummaging through what looks like gear and provisions.
I'm gonna slowly step back around the corner to the party and I'm gonna like whisper ogres. If I recognize them as ogres at that point.
You
If I
recognize
don't
them as
know
ogres.
what's okay. Ogres 2 to the left.
Going to fight them.
Yes.
Okay then.
And Ashin's gonna move back up to that spot.
Okay.
And just kind of motion for the party to follow, like really slowly.
Do we need to make stealth checks?
Depends on what you want to do from here.
I'm ready to attack.
I won't rage.
Well, then if you're gonna go right into combat, then let's roll for initiative.
That's what I was seeing if we wanted to sneak up on them.
That was my plan. I want to get some shots off on the first one.
Let's still roll initiative anyway.
Okay.
7.
16.
Wait, sorry, hold on. So Leif,
Mm-hmm.
7, Asteria, 16.
Mm-hmm.
$19 for Goderic.
19. Okay.
16 for Bumir.
Okay.
Also
Roll good.
19 for Ashin.
Okay.
Good.
And Droop also rolled a 19.
Hey.
Okay. What do you want to do now?
Let's sneak up on them.
Give Ashin a look. Let him lead the way.
I am ready to fire at this moment, right from where I'm at.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the one that's on the right.
Also, let's go through this. So it's when I entered initiative, it's giving Droop and Goderic initiative first. But I will give you a surprise round. So Droop is not going to take an action. Goderic, are you willing to, or do you want to make an action now?
Can I rage with that? Well, I'll just rage if I can.
You can rage. Mm-hmm.
I will rage.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And then Ashin.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the one that's on the right.
The one you can just barely see?
Yep.
Okay. I know you ignore cover and all that, so it's fine.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
And that's a 17.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that's 15 damage on the first one. And I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher ability to attack again.
Okay.
And that's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's a 10, 11, another 16 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my extra attack to attack for the third and final time. And that will be 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 13 damage. Nope. 18 damage, sorry.
As you turn the corner and you pull back your bow, you place 2 additional arrows next to your right knee. And you let loose. 3 arrows. Right in the chest of the ogre. You see him stagger back, almost catching himself against the wall, and then leaning forward, looking around, blood oozing from all 3 of these arrow things. Arrow holes. He is looking hurt. Bamir.
Alrighty. Did you say Droop had an initiative too?
Yeah, I had a droop to the initiative, yeah.
Okay. Bamir's going to move up to the corner, I guess, behind Ashin.
Okay.
And
Sorry, 1 second. Okay.
oops. And then he's going to can he get both of them within a 20-foot square?
The squares themselves are 10 feet.
Okay. Then he'll cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
And so they need to make dexterity checks. Anything that's in that 20-foot cube that's kind of surrounded, that kind of surrounds those 2 ogres.
Yep. And they failed.
Okay. For the duration, which is concentration up to 1 minute, any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in light. If it fails Dex throw for the duration, Objects and creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage.
Okay.
And they can't benefit from being invisible.
Okay. These are not going to be invisible.
No. But just for the sake of posterity.
Okay. Asterida.
Syria is going to cast Entangle on them.
Okay.
They have to make a strength saving throw. If they fail, they're restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends, which is a minute.
One rolled a 24 and the other one rolled a 22.
Bastards. I figured I would at
Ogre's
least
strong.
try. I know.
Strength, yeah.
Plus 4. They're strong.
Oh, at least they wasted a nat 20 on a save.
They did. Take it any way they can get it.
Right?
And rather
That's it for me.
rather them
Okay.
save themselves with a nat 20 than hit one of us with it.
Leif.
Did Amir give advantage to all attack rolls on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they failed that. Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Any attack roll.
Perfect. So I get advantage on this. Leif would like to move up just in front of Ashin,
Okay.
so we can see both of them, and then would like to cast, or like to use a bonus action to, on the one on the left, cast Hex Blade's Curse.
Okay.
Let me do that real quick. So, or wait, yeah, he's within 30 feet. Okay. There we go. And then I would like to cast as my action Ray of Frost on the one to the left, and then twin it over to the one on the right as well.
Okay. Roll to hit
Uh-huh.
with advantage.
There we go.
So 4 rolls, I guess.
Okay. So I got a 19 and a 17, or well, it's actually 27, 25. But the 19 I'll go with, which gets me a crit with Hexblade's Curse on the one on the left,
Okay.
and then I'll roll for the one on the right. Or do I? It says Twin Spell says it counts the same attack and targets another opponent. Do I roll again for that?
Ooh.
I'm not sure what that counts as.
No, you would need to roll again to hit.
Roll again.
It
Okay.
only
Yeah.
counts as the one
Okay.
attack, but you still need to roll to hit it.
Okay, cool. Let me roll twice again. And a 20.
Both of those hit.
Okay. So the one on the left is going to take roll. There we go. So going to take 19 damage. And
20?
the one on the no 19.
Oh, 19 damage? Okay.
The one on the right is going to take 7 damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't do math. Sorry, I have to add Hexblade's Curse damage to this one, to the one on the left, and one on the left will also take a extra 3 damage, so 22.
Okay.
And also, when they get hit with Ray of Frost, they lose 10 movement.
They lose 10 movement. Okay.
Yep, speed is reduced by 10 feet until start of my next turn.
Okay. So these, as you reach out and cast this curse, and then also reach out and shoot these beams of frost at these ogres, you can see as it hits them square in the body, the frost kind of bursts out and materializes and then sticks to them again, and they can be frozen. You see they're like just moving a little slower, seeming to be frustrated by that hit. The one on the right is looking very weary. His eyes are starting to go half open and closed, and he's starting to stagger. are back to the top of the order. Droop is going to work himself up to where he can see a little bit, and he's going to stay back. Godoruk, it's your turn.
Can I get within 5 feet of one of them?
You have 40 feet of movement now?
Yes.
10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, you can get to this first ogre here.
To the first one. I would like to move up to him
Okay.
and attack with my great axe.
Okay.
That'll be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh. Also revealed the other ogre.
And that'll do 25 damage.
What are you using? What are you using now? Your great axe?
Great axe, yes.
Nice.
Using great weapon master attack. And then I would like to take my extra attack as well. And that is a nat 20.
Ooh.
God, he's gonna take a lot of damage.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
I think I got crit twice.
Like, that sucks to be him.
Mhm.
That's 5, 6, 7, 17. Again. That is another 32 damage.
What does it look like to slay an ogre?
I want to take his arms off, or at least one of them.
As you run up, charging with your great axe drawn, your first blow comes down at its shoulder, straight in from the side, and cuts one of its arms clean off. And as it drops, it has just enough time to look before your axe comes across on the back of its neck, severing its spine and causing it to crumple and fall to the ground in front of you.
Who's next?
I guess that's to me now.
Do your thing, bud.
I have advantage on these attacks?
Yep.
You roll
boy.
with a hinge.
So
As long
okay.
as you're attacking the two ogres we already knew about. That
Yep.
third ogre doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Attack.
Oh,
All right, let me roll all these dice. Hold on.
Let me save you the trouble. What's it look like to kill the second ogre?
I'm just gonna like pull back the bow and aim right at its face and let loose the arrow like right into its nostril.
As the ogre, stumbling, looks right at you. It kind of sways back, and as you loose the arrow, it goes straight through its nose, out through the back of its head, and it stumbles before collapsing on its side, dead.
Thump. And then I don't know that ogre is there.
No, you don't.
mm-mm.
So I'll just take my movement and move up to Goderic.
Okay.
Yes. Wait, right there. Can't see that.
You can see him now.
It's
That's
kind of weird because it looks like the shadows are inverted on the screen.
It's
It
because dark
does,
vision.
actually.
Dark
Yeah.
vision is gray. So if more than one of you, more than one of you have
That's-
vision on it, then
that's
it's
not
dark
me.
Vision.
Yeah, you moved away.
I moved Leif. Well, balls.
So when I get up to Goderic, I'm gonna see that third ogre. I'm gonna go, oh shit, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to that ogre,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll to attack it. And that's
Attack.
a 22.
That'll hit.
That's 19 damage.
Was that just a regular roll or was that with advantage?
That was with advantage.
It should just be a straight roll.
Oh, you're right. So I'll roll it again.
It's not a high AC, so
Yeah. I got a 14.
that'll hit.
$18 damage.
As you turn the corner and you see, whoa, you quickly pull back your bow and loose an arrow into its chest. And it looks at you and it screams.
Was that all of my movement? Because I have 35 feet.
Yes, because you were back here 10, 20, 35-ish feet.
Okay.
You would be roughly in the same spot in terms of that square. And the ogre is up. And he's going to be very pissed at you for plugging him with an arrow, Ashin. And he is going to attempt to hit you.
That's fine.
18 to hit.
Nope. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that hits.
I was like,
Well,
damn!
does he move up first?
Yeah,
Because
he's
if he
gonna-
doesn't, then you have cover.
He's going to move, yes. Because he's a melee fighter.
He might have reach. You don't know.
He does,
Well, you know, but
He does have some reach, yes. But no, and he is going to hit you for... give me 1 second. I'm actually going to roll these dice, because why not?
Oh, fun.
God.
it's gonna hurt.
It might hurt. You don't know.
He might only hit me for 6.
I don't think my lick of haughty derision is as good
He
as
hits you
Gage's.
for 16 damage. As he turns the corner again and sees you, he's going to take his great club and smack you across the body, dealing a big blow of bludgeoning damage to you.
How much did you say?
16.
16.
Oof.
And he's going to roar out again.
Fuck you.
And that's his turn. Bamir.
Who's next? Oh, me. Well, I hear the ogre. So I'm gonna move up in front of Gage. Against the wall. And what is he wielding?
A great club.
I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery at him.
Okay.
And say, you logger-headed, well, there's 2 headeds in that one. Okay, new one. Puny Spurgald Skainsmate. Why didn't you announce yourself before we started attacking? And he must make a what is
Some
this?
save.
Wisdom save, yeah.
He fails.
Oh, good.
It's not wise.
Oh, I get 2d4 now. Okay, 5 damage.
Nice. As you cast the words, his head kind of goes back and forth. And he takes 5
And it-
damage.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Nice. Asteria.
I'm gonna move up because I can't see the ogre. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Where do you want to move? Do you want to move further into the cave to the right, or do you want to move up with everybody else?
Up with everybody else.
Okay. That would probably be where you could see it.
Okay, finally moved. Can I actually do anything? Oh my god. It's loading so slow. She's just gonna cast Thorn Whip at it.
Roll the hit.
18.
That'll hit.
And then 9.
For 9.
Yes.
As you cast your whip, it wraps around the ogre's body and the spikes burst into it. Do you want to pull it towards you?
No.
The spikes retract, the whip goes back into your arm. And he's looking a little rough. Leif.
Leif is just going to casually jog past Asteria, Ashin, and Godorok to be in front of Godorok.
Okay.
And sees the ogre. Oh, hello! And just shoots Ray of Frost at it.
Okay, roll the hit.
Ooh, bad. 16?
16 will
Yep.
hit.
Yay. And for 15 damage.
Once again, you extend your arm, and frost shoots out, wrapping around this ogre, almost in kind of a soft substance, and then clings to his body and freezes. You see him kind of stiffen. How much damage was that?
15.
15 damage. He's looking real rough. Droop decides to stay where he is. Godorok, it's back up to you.
You are muted, good sir.
Gotta stop doing that. I'm gonna push forward to the other ogre and take a swing at it. That'll be a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Is 16 damage. And I'm gonna take another swing at it.
As you take your swing, you cut deep into the side of the ogre, and his side opens up, and his guts start to pour outside. And as he tries to take a hand to hold it in, he succumbs and falls over dead.
Are ogre ears worth anything?
No ears are worth anything. They're disgusting.
I'm gonna look at Ashin.
I'm gonna pull out my knife, start collecting some ears.
Ugh.
As you do,
At least you killed these.
you hear a resounding voice. I told you not to come to the cave. But since you're here, it's going to be time to play.
Cool. We'll see you in a minute.
Oh, he said not come to the cave. I thought he said come to the cave.
Yeah.
We'll have tea.
Oh, I thought it was an invitation. I want some tea.
As you start to cut into one of the ogres, Ashin, it starts to move. And
Ashin's
all
gonna back-
three
Nope.
start to move and unnaturally start to pick themselves up. Their eyes are glazed over. Their bodies still dripping and imposed upon with wounds. But they all roar at you. And Ashin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use my action to disengage and back up my full movement.
Okay.
Good call.
10, 20. Are you 30 or 40 now?
30. Is it a new initiative order?
Nope. Still same initiative order.
Then it would be 35 feet.
So I can put you. I can put
Because
you
if
as
it
far
was a
as
new combat,
here.
it would be different.
It is not.
And that's fine. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to the one on the left.
Okay.
And that's my
Bamir.
turn.
Do the ones? I guess the ones that fell don't have fairy fire on them anymore.
Does it affect last beyond their death?
I don't know. Don't think so.
Read it one more time. I've been thinking about this the whole
Let's
time.
see. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light. If it fails a dexterity saving throw, for the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So I guess they would become objects and then become creatures again. So technically, they might still be affected.
I'm gonna say they're still affected.
Okay.
It's still the same combat. And what's the duration on your spell?
A minute concentration.
I mean, we're only through 2 full turns, so I would say you're still holding.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery at the left-hand ogre. Say, you surly, rough-hewn horn beast, stay dead, you ugly piece of crap, and force them to make a wisdom save.
12.
That's a failure. So they take 7 whole points of damage. Or it takes 7 points of damage. And suffers disadvantage on its next attack.
Very good. Asteria. So you would have advantage rolls attack on the ogre to the left and to the ogre in the back.
Asteria is going to cast Moonbeam
Okay.
on top of the ogre on the left.
Okay.
Will that also hit me?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Does it have an effect on it?
It reveals changelings or shape changers true form.
Shape change gets turned off.
I mean,
Ooh.
we already all know, right?
No, we've
No.
never seen his real face.
No one's ever seen. I also would take damage for that,
Well,
though.
you can cast the spell where it doesn't hit Leif, but it does hit all the ogres.
You could hit it. You could
You
hit it
could.
back here.
It's just a
It's a-
5-foot radius.
Yeah, it's 5. He's in a 10-foot square, so yeah, you could definitely get it to where it's in
Yeah,
the
you
back
could do all
half.
3.
Yeah, I'd like to place it where I can hit all 3, actually.
Sweet.
Without hitting Leif.
Yes, without
Just-
hitting Leif.
Just barely.
I want to see
That-
his face.
I'm not going to give you that one. You can hit one
What?
of them. You can hit one of them, but if you choose to go for 2, you're going to either have to choose these 2, in which case
So
it's
the front 2.
The right
She
two.
targets a square, and it's a 5-foot radius around the square.
I know, but I'm saying
right?
you'd either have to target the 2 that are stacked on top of each other,
Mm,
or you target just the one on the left. Up to you.
I'll pick the one that has less chance of hitting Leif. The
I mean,
one
you
on
could
the
do-
left,
you-
I guess.
You could do both, though, because you'd be doing damage to 2 at a time.
I'm confused why you can't hit all 3.
Yeah, because there's.
Yeah, if you hit it right in the middle, right
Those
there,
are
right at the, where
10-foot
the grids
squares.
intersect.
Those are
Right, and they're
10
10-foot
squares.
creatures.
Okay, fair enough.
They're medium creatures.
They're large,
Large
giant
creatures.
Okay,
Yeah, they're large.
I'll give that to you, but that's okay.
If Knight, if they hit all three, do you want to just throw in there too?
No, it's fine. Go for
Okay.
it.
And she's gonna cast it at 3rd level.
How would you roll to?
Oh
okay.
God.
So how would you roll to hit that though? Because you have advantage against 2 of those, and not the 3rd.
Well, you have to roll a separate attack for each creature.
Okay. So you would have to roll with advantage on 2 of those, and then normally on the other.
Yeah.
So am I able to do that? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you're
Thank you.
casting, if
Yes,
you're casting
okay.
one spell, generally you roll multiple attacks for targets and 1 damage.
And, well, the first one is maybe. Well, I don't actually. I don't even roll. They have to.
Make a save.
They have to
Save.
make a save. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, even better.
So the first 2, the 2 guys up here, failed the save because they rolled super low. The last one, what kind of save is it?
Constitution.
So yeah, the last one got a 23.
Okay. Well, Moonbeam's damage is 27.
Okay,
It's 3d10 at 3rd level.
nice.
And
Let's
so I
go.
guess one of them just takes half of that. I guess we round that because it's not number.
Yeah, round.
Yeah,
up.
round down.
Okay.
13.
So 13. So one takes 13.
And it's concentration, so I can move it around my next turn.
Okay.
You should move back if you can. What's
I
the
think I'm
range on
already
the spell?
back. The range on the spell is 120 feet.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
You're pretty close to them. That's why I was saying you should move back.
Yeah, well, does moving break the concentration on the concentration spell?
No, taking damage.
Just taking damage.
Can I?
Well, not
And
even.
failing a con save.
Yeah. You could take damage and
And
fail
then-
your con save, or you can cast another spell that requires concentration.
Right.
But otherwise, it stays up. You could even
Okay.
cast other spells.
Can I just move back one?
Sure.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Leif, you see this beam of light shoot down in front of you, touching all 3 of these ogres. Their bodies start to burn where they're affected. But as they are zombies, they don't feel anything. You just see their skin start to burn and melt and drop down on the floor next to them. It has an awful pungent smell.
Yummy.
Leif seems a little surprised. Oh, he's a necromancer, great. And he decides to. If I back off, I get they would get an attack of opportunity Wednesday. Unless I disengage.
You'd have to disengage, or you would get hit by 2 attacks of opportunity. Yes.
Nice. Leif will. See. We'll cast Ice Knife on the one right to his right.
Okay.
And would the AoE would affect all of them, right?
The AoE is how much?
Adjacent creatures.
Yeah, they're adjacent, but they're within 5 feet of each other.
You would be up for that damage as well.
I know, but they all 3 of them would also
Yes.
be in that range. Okay.
Well, who are you attacking?
The one right in front of me to the right.
Then Goderic would be hit too.
Yep.
Well, you have to make a dex save to take damage.
So everybody
I
has to
have
take a
advantage
dex
on
save.
dex saves. Yay.
And I will cast that at second level, actually.
Okay.
Right.
So one got a 16, one got a 17, and one got a 4.
Okay. My save DC is 16, so 2 of them take the damage.
Okay.
The one in front of me, I hit with a 19.
Okay.
And so the one in front of me will also take 9 damage.
Okay.
And then 3d6. And then all of them that failed to save are going to be taking roll 14 cold damage, and I will also make a dex save.
My deck save was 18.
Nice. Let's go.
My dex save was not.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's just say it didn't go well. All right, so I will also take this 15 I said, right? The numbers got moved.
You said 14 damage. Cold
14
damage.
okay. So I will take 14 cold damage as well.
As
I had
these forms are in front of you, you cast this knife into existence, striking the one to the right of you. And as it explodes in a mass of ice, icicles spray all around, affecting all of everything except for Godoruk, who's too fast and is able to get out of the way. As you do so, the ogre to your left looks down on you. Sorry. 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That was with disadvantage.
Okay. I didn't get to move or anything after this.
Oh, you could have, but you still you
We
could
just went right into it.
You could
Well,
have, but then you would have had to take the
Yeah,
disengage
I guess
action.
I would have been attacked with 2 anyway. All right, cool. We just
So
dance around with the
you can
shield.
either move and take 2 attacks of opportunity, or you can stay where you are.
Guess I'm staying where I am and just readying my shield.
Okay. So that was a 19 to hit. So that's 2 d8s.
Is it about to be sleepy time for Leaf?
No, probably not.
No. That's for 14 damage.
That is fine.
He takes his club plugs you.
For
The
14?
one, yeah, for 14 damage.
Sweet.
The one to the right of you, 17 to hit.
My armor class is 17.
And so you will take an additional 10 damage from that hit.
Okay, so that puts Leif to 0.
And as he
It's sleepy time for Leaf.
and as he hits you, you go unconscious and drop to the floor between their bodies.
Actually, Leif can use Strength of the Grave. His shadow magic feature. So basically, when damage that isn't a critical or radiant reduces to 0, you can make a charisma saving throw that's a DC 5 plus damage taken. On success, you instead drop to 1 HP and can't use the feature again until long rest.
Okay.
So
So your DC is what?
it's DC 5 plus damage taken. So you said 10, so 15, right?
Yep. So DC 15. Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 19.
There
So
you go.
Yay.
Leif just goes to 1.
So as you get hit, you start to lose consciousness. And as you fall forward, you land on your knee. And you slowly rise to your feet. And the third ogre
Hooray for shadow magic.
is going to look at you and move up towards you and take another swing at you. 16 to hit, and I know that it doesn't. Missed it by 1. And as he goes to try and hit you again, raises his arm high and brings down his club. It lands right next to you, and you can feel the reverberations of the impact on the ground next to you, and it startles you. Godorok, back to you. You now have 3 ogre zombies in front of you.
Great.
This is what I like to call target-rich environment.
Yeah. Rightmost one is getting an axe.
Okay.
Sweet. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
I hope this goes well. 20 damage. Let's take a secondary swing. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll be 26 damage. 46 damage total.
As you turn to your right, you were rolling those with just straight rolls, right?
Straight rolls.
Okay, good. As you turn to this now ogre zombie that has stood up, and you look up, you bring your axe back and hack one of its legs off to drop it on its side, and then bring your axe down on its neck, severing its head from its body.
And stay down.
Blood starts to pool at your feet. Ashin.
The one that I previously marked with my, the one on the left,
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attack him.
Both of these zombies have fairy fire on them, so they are rolls with advantage.
So that is a 23 to hit
That'll hit.
for 18 on the first attack, and then I'm gonna attack him again.
Okay.
And that's a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
I rolled a 19. Go me. And that's for 15 damage.
Just enough to bring him down. As you pull back your arrows, you find both of its eyes, because it already has one in its nose, and you can see the ogre fall backwards. And it falls with a great crash that echoes through the cave. And he's dead.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to the next one, right next to it.
Bamir.
Okay, so there's only one ogre left. Well, dead ogre.
There's
Stop mouse.
2.
No, there's one.
Yeah, you killed one and Corrupt killed one, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Bamir's going to cast one more vicious mockery at the remaining ogre.
Okay.
So you unmuzzled, reeling, ripe hedge pig, die again like your buddies, and require them to make a wisdom save.
12.
12. That'll be good for 6 damage
Nice.
and disadvantage on his next attack. and brutal humiliation for the rest of his life.
Whatever is remaining of his undead of it. Hysteria.
Well, she's still concentrating on Moonbeam. So, do you want me to roll new damage?
You would need to move it, yeah.
Okay. Well, she's gonna move it on top of him.
Okay. So he needs to make a save.
Constitution.
That's a 17.
Okay. Ooh, that might not be too bad.
Does that save or no?
No, it does not save.
Okay.
So it takes half damage.
No, it does save, so it takes half damage.
It does save, so it takes half damage.
Succeed.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
27 again, so that's 13. Is that what we said last time?
As you move the beam of light onto the ogre, you can see on the top of its head and shoulder the beam just start to melt its flesh. Leif.
Hi.
Hi.
Fun fact, if changes go unconscious, their shape change actually stops and you see their true form.
But you didn't, so you're good.
I didn't. Poor Ashin. Okay.
Hit it with ice knife again.
Hey, it worked. Leif is just going to put his hand up and cast Ray of Frost on the one in front again.
Okay. Roll to hit.
So not disengaging
Nope.
and getting your 1 hit point, but out of there.
Yep. So that will be 24 to hit for 12 damage.
Okay. As you cast this ice right in front of you, you can feel the cold stick to its body and almost freeze the blood that's coming out of its side, and so it stops and holds it in.
And then okay. And then I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to cast Misty Step as a bonus action and teleport out. Just would like to go, is it 30 feet? Yeah, 30 feet back.
Okay.
Okay, and that will be my turn.
Okay, you're next to Ashin. The last zombie ogre looks at you, Godoruk, and makes its way towards you. Raises its club. And with its slow, icy hand, drops the club next to you and misses his attack.
Jesus, how bad did he roll?
Sees a disadvantage.
Should have just stayed there.
And we're back to Godoruk.
For
Give me an ear.
for trying to hit me, you're getting killed. 16 to hit. Great.
That'll
Again. He's getting killed again.
Again, yeah. That is 18 damage. Do I need to hit him again?
Yep.
Not dead.
That is another 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that'll be 20 damage.
As you
That's-
cut deeply into its icy center, blood once again pours forth from the zombie, and it looks at you. Ashin.
Is this this one still has? I have advantage on, right?
Yep.
23 to hit.
Of course it hits. You know that it does.
First attack is 16 damage.
As your arrow flies through the air over Godorek's head and tucks up into its center mass and disappears, you see the zombie stagger. Once again, falling backwards with a big echoing fill the cave, and it's dead.
Da-da-da-da.
I had that one.
And you have survived the encounter.
I thought you killed it because my arrow like disappeared into its body. Didn't you kill that one? Did I miss?
I killed him like twice.
Can you give me an ear? I'm not going over there.
Give you a head.
I'll take it.
Chopping heads off. The rest of the heads. The other two heads.
I hate having to redo good work.
Stay down.
Leif falls to one knee and puts a hand on top of Ashin's forearm and coughs. He's a damn necromancer, and that hurt.
I will go up and cast Cure Wounds on Sir Leif.
Faded, when Leif puts his hand on your forearm, it feels like literally a block of ice is touching your arm.
You're cold.
Yeah, clearly.
You should sit by the fire more.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I healed you for 10.
That is so bad.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 2.
Dang, better than my healing potion that I did.
Wow.
I actually don't have a healing potion either.
On D8,
Shh.
I
Oh, you
rolled a
don't have
3 and a 2 and a 2. Yay, 3rd level spells. I need to switch to a life cleric.
I'm gonna.
Ridiculous.
Ashin's gonna drink a health potion, and that's gonna bring me up 9 HP.
I mean, have a life cleric in another campaign. Does that count?
Doesn't help us in
They
this
show
one.
up.
Bamir will hand Faded, Oshin another potion of healing.
Leif puts his finger up. Hi, I know we got at least 3 to 5 of those from looting.
Now I'm gonna hand it to him.
Thank
to
you.
drink.
Oh, yeah, I'll give him another one.
Uh,
And
how,
then
much, how much does heal for?
2d4 plus 2.
Alright, 2d4. Plus 2.
As you're healing,
Oh dear God.
you feel the draft start to catch your faces. And you start to hear, now that you are perceiving more clearly, the sound of crashing waves echoing through the caves constantly. It's just a rhythm that continues endlessly. As you look around the rest of this room, you see that towards the north end is a great pit that seems to fall off down a good ways. And as you look off to your left, around where the ogre's bodies now lie, you can see a great number of provisions and gear that was obviously part of Thardan and Nundro's kind of expedition here. And at the far end of the cave, you notice the body of a dwarf, not moving. And we'll pick up there next time.
Sweet.
Do it.
Man, it'd be nice if we had somebody with Revivify on their spell list about now.
Yeah, why didn't you do that?
He doesn't have that on his spell list.